That's Podbean next. And lastly, we have the website. There we go. The levels is good. The levels is good. The levels is good. I don't know why you call me between 6 and after 6 o'clock. I told you that's my dark period. The levels is good. Water boy.
MyT.
Okay. Big man, you want to hear some hot takes? Let's see how woke you are. You know,
can you not hear me anymore still on Instagram?
Hell, man.
Can you hear me now?
Me on one, man. I got these 3 drunk uncles with a sports podcast. They say they got fire takes, pure fuego. You find them wherever you listen to podcasts at. If it's what they say it is, you like and you subscribe.
No, I don't.
Listen, like,
you can't hear me.
Subscribe, yeah. You know how to call into the show? Yeah, man. Do the podcast.
I have never made a willful outgoing call after 6 p.m. Unless I was being nice and returning the phone call.
8:07 p.m. on the first Wednesdays of the month. You may get some free Blue Chew. And they keep receipts. So if anything happens in the sports world, MyT's gonna drop a tape faster than a rabbit gets fought. There's only 3 things I have in this world. My word, my blogs, and this podcast. And I don't break them.
Good, that means you can't hear me on Instagram. So I did fix that.
MyT Sports Season 7.
Stop. I don't even know why I have an alarm set for 8:22 out of all the fucking times. That's when I have an alarm. I don't even understand that shit. Yo, raise my motherfucking curtain up so we can start this goddamn show. Good evening and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am still your host, the one and only Talentoso Taylor. I got one of the drunk uncles on his way. We'll see what happens. We got KJ about to be in the building, folks. It is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world, and you are listening to the hottest podcast in the world. We're listening to the MyT Sports Podcast, the #1 podcast in Broward County. Go ahead and check yourself. First block podcast in the business. Everything else after that has been imitation. I'm sorry if you like your gruel watered down. Folks, it is officially June 27th. This is Volume 7, Excerpt 116, Track 449 of the MyT Sports Podcast. Yes, folks, we've been doing this for damn near 450 episodes. And boy, do we got some shit to talk to you about as we're coming down to just about the last 2 weeks of the podcast, folks. Yeah, I'm telling you, right after about day 3 of free agency, we out this bitch. We out this motherfucker. Listen, I just officially found something else that I can watch at the end of the season, right? That we can go ahead and we'll talk about on the podcast. So we're going to get into it all, folks. We're going to get into it all. It's Monday. You understand? I'm going to give you some Monday motivation today. You understand? We're going to talk about Brittany Greiner's trial. We're going to get that out the air. Folks, we're going to give you a new Blue Chew code for the week so you can get your groove and smooth on. We're going to talk about how these Yankees were rallying, but now they over here. Listen, man, heart attack like a motherfucker. That's what I'm saying right now. 54 or 50. Right? We're going to talk about Kyrie's list. Kyrie's list is starting to sound like Schindler's List. Right? But something ain't quite adding up. We'll talk about that a little bit, right? We're going to get into Watson's trial. We're going to give our birthday shout-outs as we always do. We're going to talk about the Jazz. They're out of tune. Rest in peace, Tony Saragusa. I'll be the only mention of that during this podcast. I hope you caught it. You know what I mean? Give him the whole Rocky symbol. Right, we're gonna talk about the Knicks picks, the BET Awards, wall out. We got new NHL champions. We got new NCAA champions. We have all that and more coming up next on the MyT Sports Podcast. But you know what we already say here on the show, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather.
But we did what we do. Welcome back to the Warriors Invitational, baby. That's what we do.
It's always a good time to talk some sports. What the fuck? So let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. It's been a long time, right? It's been a long time. And not even since I left you without a dope pod to step to. But it's been a long time since I give a shout out to my alma mater. Like to be honest with you, like I was realizing that, and I realized sometimes I have little triggers in the show that helps me do certain little things, and I decided to take this little trigger out of the show some time ago, and I thought I was gonna remember on a regular basis, but yo, I forgot. How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me, and I really do thank you for joining me, regardless of how you listening to the podcast today, right? Right. Whether you're listening on Facebook, you're watching us on Facebook, whether you're watching us on Twitter, or you're listening on Twitter Spaces, whether you're watching us on YouTube, yeah, YouTube people, whether you're listening on Podbean, and of course, if you're listening on Podbean, then you are one of the special individuals because you also have our Blue Chew call-in headline. Yeah, folks, get it in with Blue Chew. Folks, so if you're looking to join the podcast, that's how you join the show. That's how you call up here is through the Podbean app, folks. So whether you're listening through Podbean, or you're listening to Twitch, or you're listening to Twitter, or you're listening to TikTok, all of them, folks, I thank you guys for listening to the podcast, folks. Now, let's go ahead and get right into it, right? Because the way we like to start off the podcast is a little unconventional, folks. We have a birthday party. If it's your first time here, welcome to the show, folks. We like to start off every single podcast with a nice little birthday party. So if you knew somebody that had a birthday between yesterday, Saturday, and today, basically what we do, we give a birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time we was on the podcast. So if you know anybody that had a birthday Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, go ahead and drop their names in the mentions, and I will, or in the comments, and I'll go ahead and give them a shout out. But basically, I take this time and I give a shout out to every single person that I know that had a birthday since the last time that we spoke. So let's go ahead and get that door open so we can get this motherfucking party started. Because as soon as you open that door, then we start hearing that music. Ayo, DJ MyT, like my boy, like my senior Cleveland correspondent Chill Will likes to say, drop that beat. Can I get that a little louder? I want to feel like my bones. Yeah, I like that. You like that? I like that. Tell you, nothing's conventional here on the MyT Sports Podcast. So I'm going to sing this one time for you so you can catch along. After that, you're on your own. You ready? You ready? Right? Because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. Because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. I hope you caught that. We going live. We going live right after this. Come on and sing along with me. Go ahead and sing along with me. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. Because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. Because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Let's go ahead and get these birthday shout outs, folks. First birthday shout out goes out to a good friend. I'm gonna call him a good friend. I throw around that term very loosely, but when we're in the same area, love is love, love is love. You know, we spread love is the Brooklyn way. So I want to say happy birthday first off to Josh Starks. Now, some of you know him as Jock Starks, but I know him better as the Clown King from Chuckles. And I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with Chuckles for the better part of the last 4 years with Platinum Pro Wrestling. He is one of my I don't want to throw this away around loosely, but I have so many favorites, but he is one of my favorites to watch. To be 100% honest with you, go check out Platinum Pro Wrestling's next event, especially if you see Josh Starks. Chuckles the Clown King. Right? Look up it. Not only is he great in the ring, he is great on the mic. He is great ad-libbing. He can involve the crowd. He can involve other wrestlers. You bring your kids around, he'll get the kids involved too. You understand? He handles all aspects of the business. He is the shit. Yo, Brethren, really appreciate what you do. Love you, brethren. Like, you know what I mean? I got love for everybody. Ain't that what they said at the BET Awards last night? We go spread love. And like I told you, I'm from Brooklyn, so that's what we do. We spread love as the Brooklyn way. I love you, brethren. Happy birthday to Josh Starks, a.k.a. Chuckles, the Clown King. Also want to say happy birthday to my homeboy Ariel Delgado, folks. Ariel, longtime brethren of mine. I want to say I've known Ariel before I got out the army, because I want to say I may have watched a pay-per-view event at his crib while I was still serving. And that same pattern, and this is back when it was really hard to watch pay-per-view events. Now most of us don't have to leave our house to watch pay-per-view events, and we don't have to come out of pocket, right? And a lot of us also go to our bar. This is also back then too, where a lot of the bars around here was charging for it. But in today's day and age, where almost anybody can kind of pick that up depending on what they got, a lot of bars have stopped charging. Check it, yeah. But Ariak used to have not just the pay-per-view boxing events and MMA. You know what I mean? We're talking about all kinds of just random get-togethers. We'll be watching football and we finish watching the early afternoon games. And next, we go into his crib and just chill out, have a couple of beers, and finish up at his crib for a couple hours in this lounge there. You know what I mean? Ariak no longer lives down here in South Florida. I know he moved away with his baby boy. You know what I mean? I see a little man growing up. Yo, love is love. You know what I mean? Say what's up to wife and to the whole entire family. But I definitely want to say happy birthday to my boy Ariak. Right? And that was just for the birthdays on the 25th. That was Saturday, folks. Then we move into Sunday. We got a couple of birthdays too for two lovely ladies. You know what I mean? Was pretty in the face, but kind of a head case. Now I'm fucking with though. Listen, don't shoot me, okay? Don't come after me. Don't keep my guard. I'm fucking with you, right? But I do have a birthday for two lovely ladies, right? One of them is Alina Rodriguez. All right, I want to say happy birthday to you. She happens to be the sister of one of my good friends, right? She's also one of my exes, but we're still one of our good friends, right? Also, you know, I mean, give your baby boy, you know what I mean, and one of them big old lovables. You know what I mean? I know you got a recent hit single on your hands. That is slowly progressing. I know he's moving up to like 3 times platinum right now. Was he 2, 3, something like that? So definitely big shout out to that. And no doubt it's funny because as we're talking about that, your sister actually just had her hit single recently, right? Sent me a picture of him. He's fucking adorable. I seen his fucking hair. He got that fucking all smooth out baby hair and shit like that. He got that ghost kind of hair. That shit all straight and shit. You know, it's fucking adorable. Right, but definitely happy birthday to you, Alina. And also want to say happy birthday to the lovely Robin as well, Robin Catherine. Happy birthday to you, another one of my homegirls that I've partied with for years around the way. Now, Robin, from me to you, right? And you understand where I frequent at, right? I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. Calm down. That's my spot. I hear everything. That's what I'm saying. I hear everything. Because that's my spot. I'm telling you to calm down. That means I may be hearing a thing or two that may involve your name every once in a while. Cálmate. Que calmo. You know what I'm saying? Cálmate. You know, you too bloody for that. Right, so there go all of our birthday shout-outs, folks. Let's go ahead and recap. We got a birthday to Chuckles and to Ariak and to Alina and to Robin. I know you wonder, what about today? I had no birthday shout-outs for today. So to those 4 individuals, I want to wish you guys all a happy birthday. I hope you party hard. Hope you enjoyed everything. Hope you regret nothing. But more importantly, you continue to get your weekend at Birdie's on because the weekend just passed. So I hope you decided to party off your ass and you stay T. Yeah, I like that. Hey, yo, let's go ahead and move into the list. Yo, DJ Mike, you go ahead and cut that beat. Whew, now that the birthday party is over, I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right? I like to get the adrenaline flowing, right? Get the blood pumping, right? I hope during the birthday party that you took that opportunity to pour yourself up a nice little drink. As I take my drink, hope you took that opportunity to put to roll yourself up one, do yourself a nice little, you know, a nice little subtle, pack yourself a nice little subtle bowl. You're talking about that. It's really it's kind of crazy, right? And I ain't gonna go into the whole soliloquy, right? But I really have been neglecting my alma mater. And in my alma maters, I'm telling you guys to make sure that you roll up on a pack yourself a nice little a nice little reliable bowl, right? My school's alma mater didn't just have a motto, but the motto was also a way of life. And in that way of life, every day, all day, from sun up to sun down, you know what I mean, without no turning around, fucking Stanton, Juan Carlos Stanton just hit a home run, but our alma mater told you to
smoke weed every day.
But like I said, Juan Carlos Stanton just hit a home run for the New York Yankees. I want you guys to have that tune in your head, and next time you're with your girl and you're about to nut, and you feel yourself about to nut, you're like, oh my God, I think I'm about to. I won. Whew. We have been scheduled for 12, but it's over in 1. I am the winner. I am the heavyweight champ. I am the best at what I do. Oh, man. But, folks, yes, if you guys don't know by now, yeah, folks, I always keep a game on in the background. And today's game of choice happens to be today's Yankees game as they face the Oakland A's. And that ain't the only team that names start with an A that they recently played. Hey, yo. Talk about that in a minute. It's just good to see Juan Carlos Stanton healthy. Really. Really, really. He's become a professional, right? He's been doing better. He's gotten better every year, right? Slowly gotten better, right? In the months that he normally was struggling, it looks like he's no longer, well, I shouldn't say that. It's early. What am I saying? It's summertime. They ain't even gotten cold yet when we're going to need him. But he has shown that he can play in playoff time when the weather is technically cold. And the other thing that we were really worried about was, looked like his shoulder may be hurting. See him holding it. Shit may be kind of tight. Nah, that's not it. I'm good. Maybe I'll pull it a little. Bottom of the 4th, Yankees are losing 5-2. We have nobody on base. We have one out. And let's see what they called here. And we have one strike on Hicks. So, where were we? Where the fuck were we? Forget. Nate Dogg School of Medicine. That's right. I think we already got that out. All right, so let's stop bullshitting, right? And let's get into the first topic of the day. But as you guys know, we do have a game on in the background right now. It's going to be the Yankees game, and for those that have said, you don't watch nothing. Now that we've gotten to the portion of the season where baseball is prominent and everything else has subsided, I think you guys can see you can't be watching more baseball than ever. But also, it really does matter. Not just the fact that my team is doing good. Or, let me rephrase this. It doesn't just matter to me that my team is winning games. It is how they're winning games and how exactly does it look. Because there are certain styles of play that are conducive to winning playoff games and winning a championship. And there's other styles of play where you're just basically hitting for home run averages. And that's what the Yankees were doing back in the past. Just hitting for home run averages and shit didn't really matter because they were striking out when it really mattered. So really basically what happened is that they were knocking the ball out of the park against the teams that were sucky. And they were struggling against the teams that were good. And then every once in a while, you know what I mean, you go back and forth and you catch a couple here and there. You're above 500, you get into the play, you get into the play in the or the wild card round, and you call it the crapshoot that you like to call it, which I think was just bullshit to cover up your bullshit. Late at night, catch me in your bushes creeping late at night. I know those are the words, but I'm here at night. Put out that light. The third one in the hall. Alright, I'm wilding. I really am wilding. Like, trust me, I am completely wilding. Let's get into our first topic of the day. We spent enough time here, folks. We're gonna get into a lot of topics of the day. In the first hour, we're gonna get into Brittany Greiner, right? Obviously, right. We're gonna get into a couple of champions and the Deshaun Watson update. In the second hour, we're gonna talk Knicks. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk Yankees, and we're gonna wrap up our third hour going around the league, and we'll see what else happens from there. We got a couple of get backs for the get back. Let me see if I can get Lewis on the crack back. I know he likes that tack on a fat back. You know what I mean? So don't you slap that? Slap. Sounds like a plan. All right. Let's get into our first topic of the day. And what we have is not even just our first topic of the day, our MyT topic of the day. What our MyT topic of the day is a topic that supersedes all normal topics because this one holds a little bit more importance. And in our MyT topic of the day, we go ahead and we visit a little known country by the name of Russia. So, hey lady, right? We go again and we talk about Brittany Grinder. Yes, folks, if you are unaware, Brittany Grinder is a WNBA superstar, megastar, all-star, you know what I mean, mag star, whatever the fuck you want to plant it at. She is that, folks. Now, very recently, right, or just earlier today, we've gotten an update on Brittany Grinder as she has been wrongfully detained on trumped up. You notice how when things are really over the top and bad, it's trumped up, right? But she is being wrongfully held captive on trumped up weed charges, right? That could land her up to 10 years in prison if found guilty. Now, she has not gone to trial as of yet. The update we have gotten today is that trial date has officially been set. Up until this point, she's just been wrongfully detained, and we've been trying to see if we can get her back during this detention, you know what I mean? And then they can figure out whatever the hell that they want to figure out after that. And they probably know. Listen, if they let her back in America, like, she just may stay here, never try to get thing, and then, you know what I mean, she'll just be but then she can't go anywhere in international water. But then also what the fuck Russia's doing, Russia may not be able to allow them to even be able to put out a fucking, like, one of those little airport fashions on her where everywhere she goes that she's being looked at to be detained. We'll see. But like I said, Russia, currently she's currently being detained in Russia, and they have extended her detention an additional 60 days. But her trial now starts officially on July 1st. And as I just advised you, she's found guilty. And we're talking about, we're talking about little mom. We're talking about little mom going away for about 10 maximum time is 10 years. Now, of course, if things were on more peaceful terms, we're probably talking about them giving her some kind of fine or whatever, or some shit like that, telling her that she's banned from the country for the next 2 years. You know what I mean? And tell her to go about her way without having any kind of additional jail time. But given Russia's recently asshole moves, you know what I mean? Who knows what they may be thinking? As they've also recently just defaulted on their loan, and we may talk about that a little bit later and explain the implications of them defaulting on their loan and what that may mean for the economy, the world economy, as well as theirs possibly. Right, as they continue to hold Brittany Grinder against her will for 130 days. Brittany Grinder, if you are unaware of her accolades, folks, not only is she a WNBA champion, she is an 8-time All-Star now, as she recently made the All-Star team this year, as she was voted in by her peers as an honorary All-Star. Yes, you know what though? I don't even know how we let that slide without giving that a little bit of love here. So, dig up. You know, can I get a But she's an 8 times champion, 8-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champion, 8-time block leader, 2-time peak performer, 3-time NBA first team, 3-time NBA second team, 2-time defensive player of the year, 3-time defensive first team, 3-time defensive second team, all rookie, NCAA champion, most outstanding player of the year, AP player of the year, 3-time Big 12 player of the year, 4-time defensive player of the year. She's a high school player of the year. Yeah, Shorty's been balling. She's been a jit in high school. Number 1 coveted player, person, entity, period, dot, quarter. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. And also as a nice little tidbit, in case you guys don't know, she is the 3rd woman in WNBA history to dunk a ball in the game. That's Brittany Grinder, folks. That is the individual that Russia is currently detaining. Like I said, but at least and I say luckily in the sense that things at least starting to progress. Luckily, things are progressing, and she'll now start going to trial on July 1st, and hopefully we can now start coming into a resolution to what has been the wrongful detainment of one of our American superstars and American citizens, period. So ultimately, what I'm going to ask you guys to do, as I ask you to do at the end of this segment every single time, is the most that we all can do, right? Is that you guys could continue to keep her in your thoughts and prayers, and whatever they are, whatever entity that you utilize to inspire hope, you know what I mean, and change in the world, like whatever it is, just keep her in your thoughts and prayers and positive energy, so that hopefully that she can return home not just soon but also safely. Brittany Grinder, we miss you. We do. Like in years where we're seeing Candace Parker ball out, right? We're seeing Tina Charles opt out of one team and hop on another team, and she tried to position herself, you know what I mean, on the championship squad. Like the game is lacking one of its prominent and dominant big people, you know what I mean, big women. And that is Brittany Grinder. As we told you, like I said, every single year she's up there in scoring. Every year she's up there in blocks. In every year she's up there as one of the best defensive players in the league. And the game misses her because, listen, as well as Candace Parker has done, right? From winning the championship last year, I want to see her versus Brittany Grinder this year. That's a marquee matchup, and we're robbed of that. So let's really hope that Brittany Grinder gets back soon, and not only get back soon, that she gets back and she's able to pick up her career exactly where it left off from an ability and dominance standpoint. So, girl, we're rooting for you. You know what I mean? Make it back safe. Whenever you do return, you have a spot right here on the MyT Sports Podcast where you can go ahead and voice whatever the hell was going on, unfiltered. And we've been keeping track of this Brittany Grinder saga for about 116 days now. Now let's move on just a little bit as we continue to march forward, folks, because we had a couple of title changes, right? We had a couple of pieces of hardware bestowed upon a couple of worthy entities. Like we're talking about,
and I'm a freaking champion.
People that are champions. We're talking about.
I'm champion. Get shit on. Get shit on. Get shit on. Your ass. Your ass. Shut the fuck up. 1v1 me, you pussy. Pussy. Fucking 1v1 me. You piece of shit.
Folks, we got some champions and they are Aggie. And just like we saw with the Golden State Warriors, when you win your championship, right, that is the opportunity to cash in on every single receipt and be as petty as you want to be. It's your party, and you can cry if you want to. We got a couple of new champions that just recently just stepped foot onto the court, folks. Right, first one happens to be, we have the new NCAA Baseball World Series champion. What's going on, bands? Bands make them dance. Bands make them dance. What's going on, bands? right? We have a new major league. We have a new NCAA baseball champion, as Ole Miss sweeps Oklahoma, beating them. Who'd you have winning from the offseason for NBA? I don't even know. Who did I have winning from the offseason? I don't know. I think okay. I may have been going with Brooklyn and Golden State. That's probably who I think I had at the time. I didn't believe in LA, even though I wanted LA. That's a good question. We'll pivot real quick, right? We'll go from talking about we'll pivot from talking about NCAA champs to NBA champions. Who did I have at the beginning of the year? Is the question, and I want to say that I had Brooklyn and Golden State, right? My heart, now I'm going to tell you in a very weird way, because I hate LeBron James, so you have to understand how this plays out. In a very weird way, I wanted the Lakers to win because they got Carmelo Anthony this year. And I want Carmelo Anthony to get his chip before he retires out the NBA. So that's the only reason why I was rooting for the Lakers to get it. I wasn't going to be happy with LeBron James getting his 5th ring and all that other shit. But I was... Some people are funny. I was really hoping that Carmelo Anthony could at least go ahead and get that wave on him. You see Canelo Alvarez right at the Yankees game earlier today. Is that him throwing in the first pitch? That is him throwing in the first pitch. Oh, that's Canelo Alvarez and Triple G throwing out the first pitch. That's what's up. Right, so I think I had the Brooklyn Nets and I had the Lakers, right, as a heart pick, but I really figured that Golden State was gonna win. It was just one of those things, right? And we talked about it. We talked about it earlier in a couple weeks ago on the podcast, right? Or how long has it been now since they won a championship, right? Shortly after they won, we talked about how there was a lot of entities out there that were talking about that this meant that much more because nobody saw this coming. And I'm like, the hell they didn't. And if you didn't, because a lot of people applied that same kind of philosophy and even took it up a notch, that what happened with the Miami Heat when Dwayne Wade went down. Like, you guys about to get somebody great at the top of the draft, and as long as you could develop him, that you'll be great. And you were balling, and you wasn't even playing him yet. A lot of people saw Jordan Poole coming. Listen, I'm one of the individuals that I've been watching Jordan Poole heavily since the beginning of the season, because he got a ring of endorsement from his big bros. So I've been there. I've been over there watching him the whole entire time. Now, so now when you add Wiseman barely got burned, you was looking after Poole to see how he was gonna function. Yeah, you figured that Clay was coming back finally this year. Kind of sort of writing on the wall. For the people that said like they didn't see this coming from the Golden State Warriors, or this one meant more because hey, nobody saw it, nobody gave them a chance. Listen, just because a couple of flapping heads that need clickbait didn't pick you doesn't mean that nobody gave you a chance. A lot of people I knew that are basketball fans and consider themselves like basketball aficionados, you know what I mean, that watch this thing day in and day out, you know what I mean, from sun up to sundown. You know what I mean? The only big orange thing that they know in their world ain't the sun, it's the goddamn basketball. And a lot of even those motherfuckers was like, yo, Golden State gonna be scary. Golden State, listen, they gonna win this shit this year. Like, listen, and they were talking about it as if they thought Wiseman was also coming back, and Wiseman didn't even come back yet. So yeah, yeah. Do you remember who you had at the beginning of the season, at NBA season?
For
champions.
I know I didn't go with the cliche Lakers Nets. I know I didn't do that.
I didn't do that. I think I went Brooklyn though. No, wait, who went? No, I think I went Milwaukee and Golden State actually. Because Giannis just won last year, right? Yeah, I may have went Milwaukee and Yeah, and Brooklyn Lakers is my heart pick because I'm, the Brooklyn ties and then Carmelo Anthony. I think I'm about to go. You know what? Next year, I know what I'll be doing. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Bands. I'll be writing that down next time. Next time, that's going on the big board. Now, let's continue. What's going on, Ronnie? We see you popping up in the podcast. Now, let's go on and continue to give these championship shout-outs, folks. As we were saying, folks, we got new NCAA champions as Ole Miss. They sweep Oklahoma, folks, winning both games in their series to go ahead and get their first championship in school history. First game, they beat them 10-3. What? Really?
Ooh.
We whooping them that bad? See, I wasn't paying attention. There you go. Let me focus now. Because I wasn't doing shit in that game. And it was taken away from the podcast already. That's what's up. I'm trying to get to level 30. I'm trying to get that mascot. That mascot uniform that they have at level 30.
Of course you want the mascot uniform.
Listen, it's the furthest I've been so far in their levels, period. Like every season I've gotten like a little bit. Like first season I got 10. Actually, first season I got like to 15, and then I switched gens, and then I got to 10, and then I didn't even think I registered that one. Then I got to 10, and I got to 20 last season, and now I'll begin to 30. If they have another season, if they do one more final season after this, I'm gonna get to 40 next season. But I really wanted that jetpack in this season, though. That jetpack is fire as fuck. Did he get hit or was it balls?
Ball.
Is that Judgy? Judgy. Yo, can we talk about how baseball players have the laziest nicknames in the world? Baseball players' nicknames is their name with a Y. That's a lot of baseball. Judgy, Rossi.
That's gay. That's very, very gay.
Seriously. I know you may not have paid attention until now, but now pay attention to it. Wow, go listen to it.
And for one, you're the first person I've ever heard say Judgy.
No, they call him Judgy.
Who?
They're his teammates.
That's gay. How you look at Judgy?
Yo, Judgy. Judgy. You don't mind, Judgy. You're not a part, Judgy. Judgy.
That's whack. You wouldn't catch me calling another man Judgy.
You know what I mean?
It's giving off very feminine energy. That's what women do when they calling their man
Stanty.
You know like
I'm telling you, man, it's out there.
That's that feminine bitch shit that stays going on in this generation.
GD.
Ugh. Ew.
Found the trigger on that one. All right, so shout out to Ole Miss winning their first championship. Also, shout out to the Colorado Avalanche for taking care of business, folks, and making sure that the Tampa Bay area does not add another championship to their area yet. By going ahead and stopping them from getting what would have been their third NHL championship in a row, and would have made them one of the very few, actually the second team in NHL history to have a three-peat, only behind, because there's only one team that has done a three-peat, and actually only one team that's in a four-peat.
The great New York Islanders.
Yes, indeed. So definitely let's give a big out to them as well, as they can officially call themselves.
And I'm a freaking champion.
Right, it was a close game. Tampa Bay came out with a nice little fight. Right, they came out with a nice little fight. They scored early in the first period. They would get an early goal in like with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to. I'm stuck here for a while. We're about 3 minutes and 48 seconds into the first period. They'll get a goal by Stamkos. which make it seem like they had early momentum. I ain't gonna lie. You can see that Colorado was like, oh yeah, we gotta get a score. We gotta get a bucket in here and make sure we reverse this pressure and go ahead and close this shit out right now. And that's exactly what they did. In the second period, they'll get their first goal with just about a minute and 54 seconds in by McKinnon. And then the game clinching goal by Lehkonen in 12 minutes and 28 seconds to the second period. After that, no more goals will be scored, folks. It was a straight shutout after that. You'll see Tampa Bay even go into an empty net scenario, trying to get themselves an extra scoring man onto the ice to try to get a bucket, but that would not prevail, folks. They would ultimately over his glove. Nice hustle, real hard. Folks, Aaron Judge just hit it.
Doing it again.
Aaron Judge just hit for contact, and hit it right over the glove of number 17 for Oakland, folks. Literally came off of his glove, which would allow, I didn't see who just ran in.
That was LeMahieu.
It would allow LeMahieu to run in from second. That's what we were telling to hustle. And Lammy. Would allow LeMahieu to come in from second, but it will hold Aaron Judge up at first. And I think right behind Aaron Judge is Juan Carlos, right? No, that's not Juan Carlos.
That's Anthony Rizzo.
It's right up there. I'm tripping.
Shout out to Stoneman Douglas High.
Is that where Rizzo comes from?
Stoneman Douglas finest right here.
Rizzo?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
I watched him play ball over there a couple of times.
Did he make a donation after they got shot up?
Oh, he did.
Okay.
He did.
Okay. He did?
He did.
Okay.
He was actually the big little gathering that they did.
Mm-hmm.
He actually came to that.
Oh, okay. You know what? Rizzo, you get the highest of Yankees honors. Now, make it pay off.
In October.
I mean, and right now, like, tie this up right now.
In October.
Okay, what he said.
I'll elaborate on that when we actually get to Yankees ball.
Oh, wait a minute. Is just now coming in? Has Gronkowski officially retired for a second time?
Yeah, he did that last week.
Oh, I thought I was new this week. I ain't paying attention to that. That wasn't a retirement. That still sounded like I was leaving the door kind of open in case Tommy calls me up and I gotta go to training camp and I could just come in around, game 4 and just worry about catching home runs. Another one? No, that's the first one they showing. Okay, that's the one from earlier. I was about to say, Rizzoe. You don't do no Rizzoe. Sound like some pasta. Yeah, let me get some rizzoli with a little bit of Parmesan in it. You know what I mean? A couple of mushrooms, get some diced peppers, and then give a little of that cracked pepper on it. He left that. He left that open. So big up to those two individuals over the weekend, going ahead and taking care of business, folks. The Ole Miss and also the Colorado Avalanche both winning a championship for their respective teams. Now, let's continue to move on and get into our topic. Now, that was supposed to be what was, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give this one another one over the. Oh, but no, there it goes. Easy out. That one was over the glove of the catcher this time. Pitcher. He's like, fuck. I left on base again. Always the RBI, but never the RBI-er. Or whatever. We have an update on the Watson scenario, right? As Deshaun Watson continues to make news, and you got to figure he'll continue to be in the news until the NFL does what's right by public perception, right? Like, basically, he needs to give the public their pound of flesh. Like that's really what it is, right? And Deshaun Watson right now, just like Brittany Griner, he has a trial coming up this week. You know, she's finally going on trial.
Thank God. Get her the fuck out.
130 days so far.
Ridiculous.
But that's just about as many women that Deshaun Watson has asked to massage his taint. Just to put it in perspective, okay, it's about half of that. Like, she's been gone for 130 days. He's asked 66 women. So just about half. But still, that's a lot, ain't it? At this point,
giving R. Kelly energy.
At this point in time, like somebody needs to open up a players only massage parlor. Like, seriously, just do it, B. A players only, like, hey, this is only for athletes and former athletes, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody would get offended. Basically, we'll understand that as a high-priced massage parlor where you guys go to get your dick sucked.
It's the theme. Because the number one thing I'll always come back to is, brother man.
And they could hire a different woman that would want to do it.
Brother man, you're 25, 26 years old, African-American male playing quarterback in the National Football League, and you're not ugly. So for you to be in a situation like this, I don't feel sorry for you because you're just greedy.
Mm-hmm.
You're just greedy. Greedy.
Like you want...
Like I said, there's plenty of women that'll do that shit for free.
I have a reminder for Talon.
Like, see? That's somebody that wants their taint massage and eaten too. I'm going that way. Oh, I keep telling you guys I like to play with my words. But not more than Deshaun Watson likes to have his taint played with.
Freak man, yeah, that's him.
Oh, man.
Mr. Freak Man. You talk about a nickname, that's a nickname for somebody. Mr. Freak Man. Out here making some guys, Ben Roethlisberger out here look like a saint compared to Deshaun Watson now.
Honestly, the only people that don't look like saints
are the ones where we have the video evidence of you knocking women out.
like bona fide, like the bona fide rapists, the bona fide killers, like the people that we actually found bodies in their trunk. Like the only people, that's the only people he make look like to them he's still like small potato. But
Major League Baseball looks like saints because when they got that shit, they didn't wait. Trevor, you got your name sitting in on this shit right here, bitch. You get 2 years. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, they don't wait until that motherfucker becomes a fucking crime boss and has fucking bodies on him before and they don't even kick him out. They just find the feds just rolled up on him.
Daniel Snyder.
Suddenly, I mean, talk about, but that too. Like, I'll put that somewhere else. I'll just leave that on the. Yeah.
Cause that's why the bitch can't be hit. I'm like, that motherfucker has too many names that he can throw out. That's why he can't be touched. Is any other owner?
Any other time.
Any other owner. That Panthers owner had all that bullshit on him. They got him the fuck out of here. What makes Daniel Snyder different? Because he's got juice. Mm-hmm. He's got juice. He's got sauce on everybody.
What's going on, sis? Of course. Perfect timing. You know what? You know what? I tell you guys all the time. What's my first love of sports?
Women.
Sports.
Yeah, first love of sports. The women who play the sports. Duh.
Baseball.
I had dingers.
I go left field all the time, right? And I gotta go left field right now because did you notice my attire today?
My bat is always live, baby. Left, center, right.
Did you guys notice my attire today?
Something for Title IX?
No.
Oh, Godfather. What, you Pat Riley's advocate now?
So, I told you guys about a couple weeks ago, right? I was able to get my Queen Latifah on chilling, minding my business, right? And next thing you know,
salt and pepper, but okay.
Thank I get a call from my niece, right? I get a call from my niece, and she's like, "Hey, yo, what you doing? Like XYZ day?" I'm like, "I'm working." She goes, "Fuck." You know, she ain't say fuck. She don't cuss, but she's like, I can hear the fuck in her voice. Fuck. Coño. You know what I mean? She's like,
not the coño.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And make sure they can see this on camera. Can they see that?
Coño.
Can they see that on the major screen? Let me stand up for you guys, right? So you guys can see that. There you go.
It's giving Pat Riley energy.
Of course, John Wall wants to go to Miami, right? Everybody wants to go to Miami. So, she basically goes, fuck Conyo. Like, it was my graduation, Pops couldn't make it. I wanted to know if he wanted to come. I was like, say less, I'm not working anymore. Schedule is free, I'll be there.
Boom.
Too easy.
Straight like that.
Like, it's an honor, like, that you invited me. Right? Now, after the graduation, it was a great graduation. We didn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah, after the show was the after party.
Is when I found out that
after the party is the hotel lobby. Then
I may have caught COVID from the graduations. It's okay. Still wouldn't trade it for a thing. If I had to catch COVID, if that's how I have to go out, that's how I'm going out. Sorry, I'm cool.
Hey, be like that, B.
So I didn't just catch COVID, like also grandma, I brother caught COVID, you know what I mean, mom, you know what I mean, and like not just my mom, but you know what I mean, like my niece's grandmother caught, you know what I mean, like so, which actually kind of worked in my favor a little bit because she was supposed to have a graduation party, and because grandma was sick, you know what I mean, they had to push it back. So I was like, oh great, now I got some time to recover. You know what I mean? I'm drinking my Buckleys. I'm over here doing my sweats. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So everything can get
highly underrated recovery. People think when you get sick, you're supposed to lay in the bed. No. Get out. Go be active. Don't be around people, but go be active. Go burn. Go get a sweat in. You'll be amazed. You feel a little under the weather. You go to the gym, sweat it out, sit in the sauna after, come out. Ooh, yes. All of a sudden, you can inhale again.
So,
shit.
That's it. I'm not switching. I'm not changing for anything in the world. So, I'm like, okay, cool. It pushes the party back. So now I get to the party, right? All the party's coming up. And first, let me tell you that how my sis did not interpret my questions properly. I call her up. I'm like, yo, sis. Like, what's the attire looking like for this event? Because I forgot what the paper looked like. I thought it said something, but I couldn't find it. So I'm like, yo, sis, what's the tie for the party? She goes, don't look sloppy. Okay, cool. Shorts and a t-shirt, ironed. Didn't look sloppy. I get there. She goes, this ain't cocktail attire.
You said don't come sloppy.
Don't look sloppy.
Don't look sloppy.
Ain't cocktail attire. That's not equivalent. One of my made up words. That's not equivalent to, which is so weird because I didn't know what kind of event it was. Well, I didn't bring it up with an extra pair of pants. I did bring a different shirt, which I never ended up putting on. I ended up buying beer, but I didn't bring it inside because I wasn't sure. What the fuck was going on. Thank God I brought beer because me, Johnny, and Louis were the only three people that was out. Like, went to the club, was like looking like King of the Hill and shit out there.
I hate you so much. Who's with you, Johnny and Lou too?
Yeah, me, Johnny and Lou.
Oh, of course it's those two. Of course it's those two as well. Johnny and Lou, I can't stand y'all niggas.
We out there just enjoying. Now while I'm there, right, one of the times I'm out there enjoying a beer, right, one of my homegirls, Trisha, right, like Michaela's godmother.
Trisha, pick up yourself.
Tells me, listen, don't you go nowhere. So when she tells me, I'm like, okay, what the fuck they got planned? And when she told me that, it didn't even hit me that earlier, a couple weeks ago. Like my sister had told me, like, yo, you can't leave until nobody else leave. You know what I mean? You can't go, you can't leave early. You gotta be one of the last people to stay there with. I'm like, okay, I got you. Like, I'm just thinking about, got cleaning up, so breaking out all that other good shit. And then I didn't listen. I didn't read, or I forgot what I read. You specifically said, "Don't look sloppy."
Don't look sloppy. The hell type of warning is that?
Like, you know what I mean?
Don't look sloppy. That just means whatever I wear, make sure it's not wrinkled.
Yeah, I ain't that bitch.
What you talking about?
Let's see.
Make sure you come through with a haircut. Don't look like a fucking caveman. Line the beard up and everything.
It was funny
because
I did walk in with my stocking cap on my head.
Of course you did.
I forgot that I had it on.
Of course you did.
Her son looks at me. He goes, "Dylan, what's that on your head?" I was like, "Oh shit." Thank you. Because I did not mean to wear that inside the yo, he did me a favor because everybody was looking at me like it was a natural part of my outfit. Like the moment I would have saw myself in the mirror, I would have taken that shit the fuck off. Like he caught me in the mirror like, Tyler, what's that shit on your head? So like I said, at this point I'm a little suspicious, but not fully suspicious. I'm a little suspicious that something is going on, right? Now what I thought it wasn't what I thought it was. I thought they were trying to use me to help hype up the dance floor. Right? Which I wasn't having any part of. Not because I don't like dancing or anything like that. It's a kid's party. Let them do their thug thizzle. But also, like my hip had been hurting that day.
Ooh.
Like I woke up 2 days straight with a hip issue. Right? Ooh. And then the day after the party I wake up, hip is fine. I'm like, you fucker. But okay. This is random shits, right? Like I'm talking, like I had to turn my foot sideways just so I can fucking not, like whatever pressure was going on inside. Like
he had to warm it up. Yo.
Something was going on in there for 2 days. Like that shit was killing me.
Nigga came out the bed like
Yeah, exactly.
Nigga came out the bed like hit it with the mystical danger.
Oh shit!
Like, who let mystical go off this early in the morning?
So now I'm over there,
fucked
right?
up hip, nigga. Damn.
So now I'm over there, I'm chilling, right? And sis is going into her soliloquies, right? And she's getting into her emotional. I remember when you was in my womb.
Oh, that boo-hoo crying shit.
And you kicked me that one time, and I knew you was gonna be special. No more drama. Like shit. That's KJ.
There's certain boohoo shit that's like, all right. Let's move on. Then there's certain like, damn, you talking right now. You talking.
Yeah, like
you
so,
talking.
like you know what I mean. So she's going through it, right? And like she's 100% in her fields. Her baby just turned 18. She turned 18, graduated high school.
Oh, of course, and that's mom.
Yeah, exactly.
That's mom.
Yeah, exactly.
So if anybody can be boohooing over any old thing, it's mom.
Yeah.
Now, if third cousin come up there boohoo, I'm like, nigga, if you don't wipe them fucking tears off your face and shut the fuck up.
Listen, I would have accepted third cousin on this day because after a while of sitting back, I realized this was a big ass Michaela Appreciation Day. And I was like, so I started sitting back. I'm like, yo, this is pretty fucking dope. 2 of her friends doing interpretive dance and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? What is that shit? Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. Do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. They wasn't doing a revolution song, but that's only gospel song I can think right now that has some beat to it. All right? Or I'm sorry. I know another one. Try Jesus and don't try me.
Oh my God.
Because I fight. I have no problem laying these hands. So try Jesus. Please don't try me. Because I fight. Shout out to Toby and Wigway. I love that fucking song. So they having but it's a great day. They did an interpretation, right? They got this chick. She came out there. She was singing. She sang some CeCe Winans song. I don't know what song she actually sung. I'm just gonna call it a CeCe Winans song. Like she was really over there. Like yo, what disciples want from her. You know? What you want, what disciples want from her, really want. Right? Like they was out there doing their thug thizzle. And I'm sitting back there and I'm realizing this is a big ass Michaela Appreciation Day.
Love to see it.
Yo, I didn't even have it queued up. But we'll definitely get that in here, right? So sitting back, relaxing, you know, been in and out a couple of times. You know, the DJ played a couple of wiggle, and a wobble, and you drop it, and you shake it, right? You know what I mean? You know, Ricky Taki T, Ricky Taki Ta, and Ricky Taki T, and Ricky Taki Ta. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? He was doing his thing. All right, it wasn't Bobby or DJ Rob, but he was doing his thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't DJ Septic.
No.
You know? It's an inside joke. Personally, your friends. If I hear anybody catching that, I'll punch you in the face. So, next thing you know, right, Monica gets back up there. She's going through her feels. Next thing you know, I hear my name. You know, all the people, you know, friends, family, support, been in my family like a brother, this, that, and the third, and we always call him Tio Chocolate, and next, and cause who's call me Tio Chocolate? I told him that Tio Chocolate, he's always been like a brother, like and like an uncle, to, you know what I mean, to my daughter. She really thought my, you know what? Hold on 1 second. She really thought my last name was Mejia. So years ago, is this the paper? Shit, this ain't the paper. Years ago, she was learning her cursive. This is the paper she was learning her cursive on. Yeah, I still got it. Oh shit, this fucking guy. This is the paper she was learning her cursive. So this is her cursive on the back, right? Me and Monica was doing some finances, right?
Oh Lord.
And I go to her. So I was like, okay, I tell her how to spell my first name, Talon.
Yeah.
And then I tell her to write my last name, right? So she starts writing my last name, and she starts writing Mejia. And I was about to stop, and I was like, you know what? Nah.
Let it rock.
That's the back of the paper where she was practicing her cursive.
That's just gonna have to get framed, B.
Right?
Oh, see? Monica agrees with me.
Yeah.
Put it in the frame.
Oh, put it in the frame. I thought she said put it in frame. Sorry, my bad. I will. I thought about that.
Got to. You hold something that's like, we talking what?
And
at least 12 years?
And I'll show you the guys the front of it because, you know, she was still working inside the lines.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what's going on here. It's a work of art, though. Right? So, and Monica even goes to the crowd like, yeah, she really thought his last name was Mejia and everything. So then Monica goes, so, we want to let you know that I know you asked about this years ago. I've thought about this. You know, she gotten signs, you know, stuff like that. And they officially named me at her graduation party as her godfather. And that's the reason for the shirt.
Valid.
They got me the shirt. And I was like, yo, you guys gonna have me like crying in public and my Knicks didn't even win a championship. Like
why must it always come back to the sport?
Because I'm a sports junkie, okay?
I'm gonna send you to the AA meeting, man.
And can I tell you, I never felt more honored in my goddamn life. Like seriously, like more honored than any pin that's ever been pinned on my chest for any kind of level of valor. I've never felt more honored because
that's a different type of
man. I've been telling people like it's two levels. It's two levels to it, right? Not only did she choose me to be her godfather, and that's her choice. You know what I mean? And she came to me later on. We had a sideboard. Like she chose me. Like she, you know, like yo, talent. Yes, I want him. You know what I mean? As a full fledged, you know, now adult with with mind conscience. Like yo, that's the brethren I want in my corner. And also twice now on a day that's supposed to be for her. Like when I get invited to it, like for the the graduation to start off, and then second now. I get honored at a day that like I kept on mentioning to you. It's a Michaela Appreciation Day, and now they find a way. I'm like, yo, you guys are too much. You guys are too much. Like my you know what I mean? Like my heart's already big, and I had that Grinch moment. Like his heart grew 5 sizes. I was like, oh shit, y'all niggas know I had a heart attack 5 years ago. Calm down. You gonna stress my stints. But no, it's like super duper special. Like all day on Broadway. Fucking love you guys. Like I've never felt honestly more honored and appreciated in my goddamn life. And I hope that she continues to go on and do, because she also told me what she has plans for. Like, and I was like, oh, holy shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? That's the best kind of shit that you can have, you know, given her field is a holy one, right? So, I got jokes. I keep telling you guys, I play with my words more than I play with. We're going to keep this as PG as I can for right now, even though you guys know what I'm about to say.
Can't say we're gonna keep this as PG as possible, but we got 4 platforms where we're being not recorded. You can see niggas, and you do that. Oh shit!
Shit happens.
We too close to this wall.
Oh man. Oh, and let me show you guys the front of the picture. I don't know if you remember. That's the front. That is the goddamn front. That was right when she was learning cursive. That's a goddamn work of art right there. Yes, I still have her Van Gogh. I was gonna let go of that shit. Listen, it's right beside. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the other pictures right beside. And the other pictures right beside. So, it is also right beside.
Damn.
That's when I first met her.
Damn.
So that's the Monica I know. That's still the Monica I know, because she'll still punch you in your face. But that's the Monica I knew that will punch you in your face. And
Jesus Christ.
BAM! It was right beside this picture. Yeah, buddy. Which is also, that's Lewis's little one. It's also beside that picture.
Linux!
BAM!
Little Linux.
It's beside that picture, which is also beside, BAM! This picture.
Damn, little Linux finna be 2. This is crazy. 2 years already passed that fast? Fuck.
No. He just turned 1.
I thought he was born in 2020.
No, he's born in 2021. This is a thing from 2020. Yeah. No. He was just born. Like we just had him.
I'm about to have heart attacks. We say, oh no. Come on, son. Like, come on, man. You blinked. The little picnic that was just born the other day is now fucking 10 years old. What the fuck is this?
That shit is crazy. I know. Like,
little Eli. Like, how the hell?
I think I realized this around like 25 or so, right? Maybe like 27. That kids are what make you feel old. Because kids consistently remind you of how old you are by how much they grow up. But you're like, hold on a second. You can't be this big or this old. Because if you're 7, I'm just saying, like, when at the first realization, if you're 7, that means I gotta be, I'm 25. Fuck. And then it hit me right around then. I don't know if I was 25 or 20. It hit me right there, like, wait a minute. I wouldn't even know my age if it wasn't for you little fuckers. Kids, you make me feel old. Putting all you in the sheets. Do you know? Yes, I do know about that. Putting all your sister's business out in the streets. Yes, I know about that. I don't know if everybody else was supposed to know about that. Wait, actually, no. I'm joking. Actually, no, I'm lying. Yes, I do know that your sister Deborah Segovia is pregnant. It's official. I can say that because she made a post on Facebook about it. Listen, guys, I'm gonna tell you this now. I'm funny that you said that, right? Because she made a nice little post about Title IX, right? And how it just, and obviously because the portion that people focus on about mostly, right, that you hear, the topic that you hear talked about most is abortions, right? But that's also talking about abortions in case of the fact where you may lose your life by giving birth because of birth defects, right? So you understand, like, it includes rape victims and birth defect victims and stuff, you know what I mean, or people that you know what I mean, stuff like that. But no, that's all in there. All of that is all encompassing because the people that make their laws, they can't see past their noses, right? And the people that vote on a lot of laws can't see past their assholes, right? And they don't even know where the fuck their nose is. And yet they still wonder why the fuck shit stinks around them. So, like, she made a nice little
cocksucker, you.
She made a nice little post about it, right? And obviously, because it played, and her post came from her perspective. Where, listen, like, I don't know if this is actually going to be her situation or not, but she may have birth defects or birth complications where if she gives birth to this baby, it may cost her life. So now you're saying I have to die. So we all talking about pro-life here, but yet we're willing to trade one life for another. Cause that's still what we're like. So it's not really about pro-life, but about pro-choice, right? And let people do what they need to do to secure their futures or whatever future they're trying to make. But it's okay. I'm gonna tell you this. And let this law stand for 5 years. I want you to look at the abortion. I want you to look at the miscarriage numbers over these last 5 years before Title IX was overturned. And then look at the abortion numbers from 2022 of June to 2027 of June. And I guarantee you they are going to centuple for those that count that high. I know 1, I can count to 1, 2, I can count to 2, 3, I can count to 3, 4, I can count to 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 4. I understand that you can't get past 5, right? So, what the hell is going on? I don't know what you're trying to... I can't see that. So we'll see how... But I guarantee... We'll see what happens, but I'm going to guarantee you now, Miss Cat, and I say that with quotation quote.
Quotation marks. Quotation marks.
Air quotations. There we go.
Come on. Sound it out. Sound it out.
Sorry, it was Pride Month. I was like quotation marks. Whatever. You guys know that was funny. Because I just seen some dude on fucking the BET Awards. Yo, I watched the BET Awards.
Yeah, that's how I know you going through it. You watched the BET Awards.
I haven't watched the BET Awards in like a decade.
Yo, because the BET Awards got whack.
I realize there's a couple people that I always see.
BET Awards used to be a like niggas be like, yo, you watching BET Awards tonight, right? Nigga, what? Now BET Awards, suck dick.
I'm gonna tell you what happens
on TV.
I think that just happens gradually for some people as they get older when it comes to award shows. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't watch any award show outside of the sports ones. I don't watch any movie award shows. I don't watch any hip hop music award shows. I don't watch anything award shows. I just have.
That means all of them has just gotten very, very corny and whack over the years. Because all I know is, tell me, motherfuckers wasn't watching the Emmys or the Oscars in 2001 or 2002. BET Awards come out at the same time. You not watching that shit?
I'm trying to think if I watched the BET Awards over the pandemic. Did they have one?
I know I damn sure didn't watch.
But I know I haven't watched in like a decade. But I do know...
I'm watching God knows how.
I've noticed a couple of figures or repeat offenders, right? I noticed Little Kim finds her way to be in every other goddamn BET Awards show.
Find a way.
I don't mind.
That's the goal.
I don't mind. Of course.
That's female goal.
Shit, she's the reason why people like Chloe and Nicki Minaj exist.
That's what I tell motherfuckers all the time. Every time they want to post some hot girl ass music, I say, you want to talk about this bitch over here, hot girl. This was the original. Your aunties learned from this motherfucker here.
Let's go Oklahoma what?
What?
Oklahoma just lost in the NCAA baseball championship to Ole Miss.
That's what I'm saying. They got snuffed.
What are we Oklahoma in about? 2-1.
Boomer Sooner is down bad.
Is there an Oklahoma baseball team I don't know about? Oh, wait, no. Is there? No, right? There's no Oklahoma baseball team.
No.
Okay.
College, they just took an L. Football season is not here yet. Basketball season is not here yet.
I'm trying to figure out. I see somebody typing, and it's Deb's brother, that is. I was going to say somebody, right? But I see Deb's brother over here typing. All right. But... where the hell were we?
BET Awards.
BET
Kim,
Awards.
and I was talking about how aunties learn, how you know, ask your auntie who your favorite hot girl female artist is.
Like for real, like you understand?
Hardcore album.
There are
top 10 album all time. Like, debate me if you want to. You will lose.
Cause we're not just talking about we're talking about lyrics. We're talking about
impact, lyrics,
and we're definitely talking about impact because while her and Foxy were the two women that were prominently known for it in that particular era when there was becoming a breakthrough of women being able to talk about the stuff that Janet Jackson got away with.
Think of a song come out in 2022 in the very first words. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I put lips to the shit. Handle it like a real... What?
That's Little Kim.
Okay.
Actually, that's not Little Kim. That's Biggie. I used to be scared.
Big Mama thing?
No, but she redid it too. But the original was Biggie, and then she redid it with the Big Mama. But I used to throw shields on the bitch. Wait, I used to get feels on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from the HIV shit. Cause honey's getting soft like a Twinkie feeling. Playing, I think I may have just switched up songs. Playing the villain, prepare for the rap killer. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is. Hey, I did just switch songs.
Definitely
I am listen. I am a walking turntable. So I haven't watched it today, but I realized Lil' Kim manages to get there all the time. Mary J. Blige manages to make constant appearances on the BET Awards.
She should too.
No doubt, these are goats. Puffy makes a lot of appearances there as well too. Staples, right? Busta Rhymes makes a bunch of appearances. Staples.
He should too.
Brandy makes a lot of BET. I'm looking at this like, this is your stage to remind people like, yo, remember, don't forget about. But also, somebody else I realized recently, and I'm gonna let you know. I have officially put a mental note that the next time he is on tour down here, I am gonna have to. And it's somebody I haven't seen yet. It's not somebody in my regular genre, and I say regular genre of what my niece likes to think I only listen to, right? Which is gangster music. I'll just tell you a different story about that in a minute. I'm gonna have to watch him perform because he is a performer that I've really enjoyed over the last 5-10 years, and he never disappoints in a performance. I never get his album. I never fully listen to his album, but every song he puts out to me is a fucking banger. And I want to watch his performance. I want to see how many wardrobe change he goes through. You know what I mean? Like the different sets he puts up. You know what I mean? I want to see his performance. I want to watch Bruno Mars live. Because every time I watch him at an award show, every time I watch him it is
murders.
Yeah.
Murders.
Listen, I wouldn't mind watching what's his name either, The Weeknd, but Bruno Mars does it for me, really.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno's different.
Bruno Mars sounds like if you didn't know how old Bruno Mars in any given time, he has put out music that you can listen to in 7 different decades. Think about that. From this decade and 6 more to past, he's put out some type of music that somebody from that era, from that decade, would have been swinging their hips, would have been percolating, twerculating, mean mugging, back on the wall, pancaking and shit. You know what I mean? All that, popping soda cans and shit too. And he's only been around for a decade. Fucking rock star. So he's so I was watching. I'm like, yo, I haven't watched a lot of BET Awards, but I realized that there are some people that I always hear about every single BET Awards. And listen. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm not trying to cast aspersion. I'm just making a keen observation.
Nothing wrong with the keen observation, brother.
And you guys can stay real keen with something that maybe you have saw before, but maybe you've never seen. And what is that? That's Blue Chew, folks. What is Blue Chew? Blue Chew happens to be a little blue pill that gives you back your thrill. All you gotta do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. It has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. Right? And at a very low cost, you could be like a boss, and she will love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And if you use this week's promo code of XSMJ, I'll say that slowly for you. That's X-Ray, Sierra, Mike, Juliet, XSFMJ, and you'll be able to get your first order. Yes, your first order of Blue Chew for free. Blue Chew for free. Yes, folks, if you just use promo code XSMJ. Oh, he didn't realize that Oklahoma actually lost that game. Now he's sad. My bad. I didn't mean to burst that bubble. But I had to figure out what the hell is he talking about? 2-1. When we get 2-1 from they won that game 2-1 to sweep the series.
See, what he did is he stopped the game at that point in his mind.
And they actually won 4-2. What was 2-1? 2-1. Colorado beat Tampa Bay 2-1 in Game 6. What was 2-1?
Like I said, he probably stopped watching when Oklahoma was up 2-1 in the game.
Oh,
In the middle of a game.
damn. I'm about to see that box score now. to see if suddenly they were up all game, and then all of a sudden they came back at the end of the game and after giving their fan base a heart attack to go ahead and pull off the victory.
Sounds like another baseball team that did that to me.
So let's talk, right? Because it's something I needed to bring up, right? So let's do the painful conversation of the day.
Oh, please don't say it. Don't say it. I hope it's not what I think it is.
Listen, you know what?
I hope it's not what I think it is.
I'm actually going to respect your wishes, right?
Because if it's what I think it is, it really took me a long time to get over that.
I'm not gonna say anything.
This music is not good news. This music is not good news. It's not a good omen.
Oh man,
It's not a good omen at all.
so. Told you my leg was fucked up, so I couldn't really walk the way I wanted to walk. But if you guys haven't been here before, we got that Knicks talk. We got that Knicks talk because we gotta talk you off that ledge Knicks talk. I mean, we gotta talk you off that edge Knicks talk. I mean, I gotta get you out of that bed Knicks talk. I gotta get this out of your head Knicks talk. You understand? Oh, it ain't too hard to beg Knicks talk. Like, you understand? Like what do I have to understand? Like, let you understand? I'm serious. Like, I gotta chop off my leg Knicks talk. Like, I'm like, I know I may be super hot because I don't smoke regs Knicks talk. We gotta give you that Knicks talk. I'm sorry. I heard a bar from Gun Kelly, damn it. And he rips this broad. And he's like, yo, you nobody, bitch. You upside down P, bitch. You upside down P, because it was a man versus woman versus battle. And yeah. He ripped her a new coochie hole.
Basically what the Knicks do to us Knicks fans year after year after year after year.
So, as you guys may be aware, right? The New York Knicks had their draft pick. Had their draft picks. Or whatever picks. Draft day came and passed. Let's just go ahead and play it for you guys so you can understand. With the 11th pick of the NBA draft, the New York Knicks picked
Somebody from France! As if these bitch niggas didn't learn that lesson.
I was honestly just gonna say no, absolutely nobody, because they kind of didn't pick anybody. Like they picked Bo Camper, right? Like, so let's get that up on the screen.
Fucking Knicks!
Right, so with the 11th pick, they end up picking Ousmane Dieng, right? But that wasn't the guy they was in the keeping. They traded that pick away to Oklahoma City, which is something. No, not Machine Gun Kelly. No, not Machine Gun Kelly. A battle rapper, somebody that can actually rap. Machine Gun Kelly is not a battle rapper, nor somebody that can actually rap. It's Gun Bar Kelly or some shit like that. Go look up TRL, if I'm not mistaken, and you should be able to find him amongst those lines. He got some good bars. Like, I've only seen him get his ass whipped a couple of times, and that's when he was going up against. Damn, what's his name? That smooth motherfucker.
I need a hit, Judge.
He do need to come through right now.
I need a hit. Not necessarily because you're not doing anything, just to get me out this little depression, because I have to talk about the fucking Knicks.
So the New York Knicks, they traded a pick away to Oklahoma City, and I'm not gonna lie to you, because Oklahoma City was the pick right behind them. I thought they swapped picks initially, and then we were like 3 picks in after that. And I was like, where the fuck is the Knicks pick at? Like, did I miss it? What the fuck happened here? And then I realized it's a pick for 3 future first round picks. No swap in there. There's 3 future first round picks. I'm like, okay. This is tough to swallow initially. It's like a gut punch that your big brother gives you. But you have to understand he's probably still trying to make you stronger. While picking on you at the same time. So, what the New York Knicks did is that, right, they end up getting a 2023 first round pick. Another 2023 first round pick and a 2020, like some weird shit, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and break it down. It is a 2023 first round pick from Detroit, right? That is for Detroit. That is top 18 protected through 2024. Meaning that if Oklahoma City sucks this year, next year, and to 2024, and they get a top 18th pick, we're not getting that. We gotta wait, but we can possibly wait to 2024, where it's only top 13 protected, or 2025, where it's only top 11 protected, or 2026, top 11 protected in 2026, and top 9 protected in 2027. So that's the time frame that we have to utilize these picks in any given year that we find suitable to us. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, I thought this was Oklahoma City's pick over the next couple of years. That would have actually made a little bit more sense to me. Because I kind of see Oklahoma City possibly making the play-in tournament or being right there. So I can see a 18. Back then I can justify it with Oklahoma City. With Detroit, that's just foolishness. I don't see Detroit being good in any way. Well, you know what? I take that back. A lot of people think that Detroit won this draft, right? Or was one of the big winners in this draft. So if Detroit takes that jump, probably not next year, but this year, but next year, that pick starts sliding our way and we may be able to get it to use it. But, like, do we really see Detroit not being in the bottom 14 through 2024? I ain't gonna lie. I really thought this was Oklahoma City, Milwaukee, and I gotta find out a better source for this and see what these picks actually are. Because I really thought it was Milwaukee, Oklahoma City's pick, and I can't remember who the third pick was. I thought it was Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, and somebody else. What I'm getting from this is Detroit, Washington, and Denver. Denver, they got a 2023 pick from Washington that's top 14 protected. We know Washington's going to suck, so we're not going to get in that pick that year. Then, in 2024, is top 12 protected. They're still probably going to be suck enough to be in their top 10, so not that year. So, maybe in 2026, we get... So, basically what it's looking like, in 2026, we're going to have a lot of picks. Now, listen. This is where I told you I got to talk you off the ledge, right? Talk you off the edge. Get you out of bed. Get this out your head. 2023 first rounder from Denver as well. That's also a top 14 protected through 2025. So they have that until 2025 to use that one. So 2025. Oh. Ooh. So 2025, we got a Detroit pick that's top 13 protected. In 2025, we have a Washington pick that's top 10 protected. And then in Denver, that's top 14 protected. But the other two, the Detroit one and the Washington one, can be used past 2025. Now, there's a couple of layers here, right? These are one of those things that I don't think that the Knicks ever plan on really ever using these picks, right? Ooh, hand is dead. Hit him right in the dead spot. It was gonna be in his ribs.
95 miles per hour, bro. I'm telling you.
Listen, we've all played asses up. Like, listen, none of us throw 95 miles an hour.
I really hate that shit. I hate how that's supposed to be just, normal. Everybody's supposed to go. Dog, I know that was accident. But the ones that are on purpose, I really have a problem with a pitcher throwing 95 miles per hour.
Let me get this call.
At me.
Let me get this call. Giancarlo Stanton, folks. He's at the plate.
Let's go.
The bases are loaded. That first pitch came off of the catcher's hand, and they were trying to wave the runner in. Bases loaded. Bottom of the seventh. Yankees are down 3-5. There's one out. Giancarlo Stanton is at the plate. He's already hit. No, that was Judge that hit his home run earlier today. I'm about to say he hit a home run. Okay.
No, it was Stanton Rizzo.
It was Stanton Rizzo? Oh, okay. No, Judge hit the solo. I mean, Judge hit got on base and then he was brought home. So what you saying now?
I just really have a problem with that type of shit from pitchers. Like, and I've always had this standpoint, and I actually did it when I was in high school one time. Hey, it got me suspended for 4 games, but you throw a 95 mile per hour ball at me, at my body in any type of way, I'm coming at you with this bat in my hand. I have to, because at that point you that's assault. When you really think about it, it's assault. So I'm like, okay, you have the right to assault me throwing 95 miles per hour at my body, but I'm not expecting that. I mean, I can take this bat.
What's the call if
and swing one time?
What happens if you swing and the catcher hits your bat?
What do you mean?
If I'm a batter and I'm swinging and the catcher hits my bat.
The catcher hits my bat?
Yeah.
Like, how so?
The catcher hits my bat with his glove. My bat and the catcher's glove makes contact in my swing attempt to try to hit the ball.
Shoot, that's got to be treated as if hit by pitch too. You're impeding my opportunity to hit this ball.
Monica said that's not assault, it's a game. You didn't even hear what he said in the beginning, Monica.
Exactly.
You couldn't have heard what he just said about somebody throwing a 95 mile an hour ball at your sternum, at your head, at your
especially
elbow.
my head. Oh, fuck that. You throw 95 miles per hour at my head, my teammate head, I'm coming at you. Whether it's on purpose or accident, don't fucking play with that. You got people who've been hit in the face who go blind.
After review,
Fuck that shit.
it's a walk. He's gonna take first base. Okay, so they're treating it like a walk. Okay, like a hit by, like you said, like a hit by a pitch.
Facts. Have to.
So there we go, folks. So so basically what ended up happening is that Giancarlo Stanton was up to bat, and he, in his swing, he hit the glove of the catcher, which obviously causes him to, miss the ball, and now they give him a base. And bases were already loaded, so now we're talking about 5-4 now. Yankees are still down. Runners on base is Aaron Judge at third, Rizzo at second, and Stanton at first. And we have Donaldson coming up to bat. Donaldson has struck out twice already. He's 0-2 so far. I don't know if he struck out. But he has 5 grand slams so far. I don't know if that's for his career or for the season.
Career.
So we'll see what happens in just a second. Alrighty. Tell her, what is that around your neck? Oh yeah, that's a microphone. I get my ooh yeah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah. Why do fools fall in love? Why do fools fall in love? Yeah, I got my mic. podcast king. All right. So let's continue, right? I know I cut the music, but I had to cut the music. It's been going on for a while. The Knicks getting these draft picks, I don't really anticipate them utilizing these draft picks. But this also still falls under the two trade, folks. And we just had Donaldson hit a line drive,
And we're taking
up
the lead.
the left side, folks. We have two runners that advance, folks. The Yankees are now up 6-5. We have runners now on second and on third, bottom of the seventh, one out. Coming up next, Hicks to the plate. Puck you. Puck is the pitcher for the... I thought he gave you Michaela's graduation photo backdrop for your... What? Oh, I should have gave you Michaela's graduation photo. Gotcha. So, this is the Yankees are still doing one of those things that in the long game is a good move for franchises that are still trying to build. Right? The Knicks aren't in a position to win a championship. They're still building. They're still trying to get there. They still have to go through the lumps of barely making it to the playoffs and getting eliminated. Making it to the first round and getting eliminated. Making it to the second round, getting eliminated. Making it to the third round and getting eliminated. You understand I just talked about 4 years already right there. Making it to the Eastern Conference Championship game, getting eliminated. Maybe once, maybe twice. Before they win it and you understand they still have to go through that process. You don't just skip the process. That's what keeps happening is that everybody keeps I don't understand. I'm telling you, this weather, that good weather got motherfuckers fooled, yo. Like motherfuckers think they can win in that good weather, and motherfuckers in that good weather are hallucinating, thinking that players are good players. Damn. At least he gets to see his bro, 4 times a year now. They can go to fashion shows together and shit. Okay, so the Knicks are still doing okay. Let me put it this way.
Instead of going to the Lakers, spurring them for the Clippers.
Let me listen. There's one more person that needs to go to the Clippers. Too bad that when he does, he's gonna leave Brooklyn with nothing.
He not going there.
He should.
He just opted in.
No. I ain't talking about him.
Okay.
But I guess now the fact that he opted in, the other one ain't going anywhere
Yeah,
either.
ain't going nowhere.
So the New York Knicks did something that if they were called a different franchise, you would look at this transaction differently. If they were named at a certain point in time the Houston Rockets, if they were called the Philadelphia 76ers, if they were called the Boston Celtics, if they were called the San Antonio Spurs, you would look at them trading that pick away and getting those other 3 picks as a good move to plan for the future. What ends up happening is that we're too scorned as the Knicks, and anything outside of something that automatically looks like a home run, you don't trust your franchise to do good with anything. Basically, it's like, yo, if I gave you some guaranteed pussy, you would fuck it up.
And we have no reason to trust this organization right now. We have no reason to trust this organization.
The organization, but I do, because I trust different regimes. So I will give this regime the opportunity to do what they need to do with what they believe is doing, because this is still better than what the position that the Knicks used to be in, where the Knicks had no draft picks at all. Remember, for years, the Knicks didn't have their own draft picks. Not only do they own their draft picks, they own other draft picks. What also didn't the Knicks have? They didn't have young talent. You know what they now have? They have an abundance of young talent, and they have the opportunity to get an abundance more of young talent. But also what they're in a position to do is flip those picks for other better talent. Maybe star level talent. That's what I said. If this was Boston, if this was Houston in the James Harden days, if this was the Philadelphia 76ers, Oklahoma City at some point in time, you look at these things as a good move, right? Because these are chess moves that are being made to set your franchise up. So you gotta see, you gotta wait and see what the setup is. You gotta let the play develop. You can't, if you have a play that's supposed to run one pick on one side, another pick down on the other side, and then have you come off for a double screen here, you can't give up on the play during the pick down there. Nah.
Oh, we'll give up on that play. I'll give up on that play gladly. I've seen it too many times. New regime, same shit.
It's different shit.
No, you need to show me something first before I hop on any type of board.
Well,
Fuck that.
I just told you.
And
other regimes were giving up picks. When have we been in a position to accumulate young talent through the draft? And if we didn't do that, we can utilize draft picks, not our own guys that we always like, that Knicks fans never want to get rid of, but guys that we don't give a fuck about. Like, even young guys we don't give a fuck about. Like, damn, I forgot. Like the guy that we just got from Atlanta, because he's not one of our own. They'll be quick to give away him, along with 2 draft picks, or 3 of those draft picks. Maybe a veteran. And then that's packaged for somebody else that the Knicks are like, oh shit, look, we got a dynamic player. Now, am I saying it's guaranteed to get that player? No. Who knows what they do with this picks? But it's more assets. We've seen this in the past where even if nothing happens with the pick, you know what can happen very next year? You take that pick is used to go ahead and trade and trade for more picks in another draft or in that same draft. And now you get 2 picks in that draft by trading down a little bit.
You don't understand what I'm saying. The Knicks don't deserve no benefit of the doubt, no bit of understanding from nobody. They have no right to come around here and talk about some, be patient. No, fuck that. Fuck that.
That's because you still look at it as if it's
there's no rebuttal to that.
No.
They have no right, and to be real, like
this lineup of Scott Scorch, Perry, West, and Tom Thibodeau have no room to say, hey, give us an opportunity.
You had the opportunity.
When?
How we get to the first round and all of a sudden fall off again?
This is our 3rd year.
And
see, you guys are unrealistic.
Unrealistic?
You're unrealistic.
There are teams that do shit in 3 years. Are you kidding me?
How many teams with the kind of talent level that we're starting with do well in 3 years?
And then fall back to being a lottery pick once again after 1 year of making
that was fugazi. That was a false narrative. We should.
What was false?
Come on now.
What was false?
Okay.
What was false? The fact that they fell off back into the lottery once again?
They didn't really fall off.
Are you serious?
No, they did not.
You had a guy that you motherfucking opened the bag for, and all of a sudden he can't play ball no more?
So he fell off. How was that the Knicks' fault?
You kept fucking playing him and playing him 40 motherfucking minutes.
Okay, so
figure it out. You got coaches out here taking out their 6th man of the year candidate and whatnot because they can't play a lick of defense in the fucking playoffs.
Okay, so that's a realization. That's how long have he had his personnel? Again, we're talking about 3 years.
Fucking Thibodeau doesn't have the clout to sit Julius Randle down because he's not performing well. You serious?
Not that he doesn't have the clout. He just has gotten this personnel for, what's this, 2 years. That was his 2nd year with Julius Randle. His 1st year, he balled the fuck out. Got them to the playoffs. And in his 2nd year, he's in a slump. Oh, I'm a give.
It's sad that you're defending that.
I'm not.
It's sad that you're defending that.
I'm trying to bring realization into this. Like I said, you guys. Sometimes you guys are too much into your feels.
We've seen the bullshit for way too long.
We have seen the bullshit from too long.
Exactly.
From the Knicks. No. From the Knicks
I
as an
have a
organization.
right to feel how I feel. Like, are you serious? Once again, when
So-
I've seen the bullshit thing over and over and over, until I see consistency, I have no reason to feel otherwise.
So give them time. It's been
Give
2
them time.
years.
Give them time.
How can you? Where's the consistency if you only allowed them 2 years? Oh, you know what? I need consistency, but I gave you 2 years to make my mind up.
Then do it faster.
But yet the good franchises out there, they were allowed 7 years, 5 years, 6 years under that regime. See, what happens is that you're blaming the Knicks organization for differently from what the regime does. You're talking micro versus macro. You have to give the micro a chance.
Didn't we just not watch a team win a fucking NBA championship when 2 years ago they were the worst record in the league?
Come on now. That was the Golden State Warriors, who have a coach
Who had
2 championships. They had been to 4 straight championships. They have a championship culture. They have 2 of the best shooters that the guy has ever goddamn seen.
That had to get healthy, and then get a whole new team around them,
Okay.
and then had to train them the culture.
Were they were they a bunch of guys that just came into the league, didn't understand how to be a professional because their organization set them up for professional malpractice in their first year?
Organization
Yes.
already had it set. They've got it set.
Golden
Why
State,
can't the Knicks
Golden
get
State
it
didn't
set?
have that set. Golden State's foundation was not set before Stephen Curry and Mark Jackson got in there. I'm sorry.
Continue.
No,
Yeah,
they
continue.
weren't.
Continue.
Remember, this is now new ownership.
Continue.
This is new ownership.
Continue.
They weren't always like this.
Continue.
Golden State Warriors.
New ownership, right?
Yes.
That's even more of an embarrassment on the Knicks. Because it's the same motherfuckers out here fucking shit up. They get new management up in there. Look at what they're doing.
Have we found out Mark Jackson? Do we have a Stephen Curry? There's different levels to this shit.
Development, B.
Okay. How RJ Barrett is developing?
You are giving the Knicks the benefit. You should be ashamed of yourself.
No,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
What I'm
You're giving them excuses. People are why the Knicks are where they're at.
And it's fans like you that can never enjoy a single moment that the Knicks have. Because
every moment is there to enjoy. It's bullshit day after day after day with that team.
Like I said, it's because you are scorned. You are a lover scorned. I get it. You've been cheated on so much in the past. God damn, now they got 9.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of a New York team that makes me proud.
Now they are. They weren't making us proud over the years, even while they were winning games. Okay. I'm reminding you. Like I said, there's a process. RJ Barrett's in his 3rd year in the league. His first year in the league, he was under one of the worst franchises that was not being ran properly. Do we agree or not agree that Tom Thibodeau came there? Not only has he changed the culture already, he taught all of these guys that were just coming to how to be a professional, and he's helped them develop. Has he not? Has he or has he not? See, they can't answer the true questions.
What do you mean
because
can't answer the truth. You sound silly defending this foolishness.
I'm not defending anything. I am bringing reality into the picture. Knicks, when it comes to how the Knicks are judged, and a lot of people judge their franchises, they judge them too macro. They keep looking at, oh, this has been going on for 50 years. This has been going on for 40 years. I get that.
Too macro. You want to know why that's even more BS? Okay, you want to toot the horn of RJ Barrett. You want to know what the guy who got drafted before him has been doing?
Well, he's drafted before him for a reason. He was a better talent. That's why he's drafted before him.
Was his organization that much of a better organization than the Knicks were at that time?
Memphis Grizzlies has been a better organization.
At that time. There's a reason why they had the 2nd pick too. And it wasn't because of no damn injuries.
But they were sucking. Sucking and coaching is 2 different things. Memphis Grizzlies has had a better culture over the last 20 years than the New York Knicks have. Consistently. They have a culture to them. When you go to Memphis, it's considered the grindhouse. Places that have culture, they're stable like that. I'm gonna tell you something.
And there's
I'm gonna tell you this because I've actually said something. This actually kind of plays to you, right?
You're defending that.
If the because you know what,
you're very quick to hold everybody else to motherfucking standards that are very high, but our own fucking team, you don't do that.
No,
you don't do that.
I'm still holding them to standards.
No, you don't.
I'm breaking down everything else so you guys can stop overreacting on every single move as if it's woe is me. This is the end of the earth.
For one, I didn't react like that.
That's how it's coming off, and that's how Knicks fans have been acting over this move.
Do we not have a right to do that?
No.
Are you serious?
Because this is something that you have to see develop. What, you were that excited about the 11th pick of the draft?
I wasn't excited about it, period.
Okay.
But the fact that you tell me that's what you end up doing with it,
A move that, if it was looked at by other franchises in the same position, it would be looked at as a good move. Now, the only reason you don't look as a good move for the Knicks is because you don't trust the Knicks from 10 years ago. You don't trust the Knicks from 4 years ago. You don't trust
I don't.
You don't trust
And
the Knicks
I
from
have
20
no
years
reason
ago.
to.
What
I
about
have no reason
what
to.
about the Knicks since they've been under Tom
have
Thibodeau
no reason
and they've
to
been under
trust
World
them.
Wide West?
I
That's a
have
different
no
regime.
reason to trust them.
Oh, okay.
You're doing all this to give me Jalen Brunson.
And Jalen Brunson is a point
And
guard.
he can easily turn and say, no, I'm gonna stay with Dallas or do something.
But they're not
else.
okay. That's if they get Jalen Brunson. They're not all doing all of this just to get Jalen Brunson. No. All of this isn't just to go after Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson isn't the final piece of the puzzle. They didn't accumulate 3 first-round picks to be like, oh, here goes 3 first-round picks for Jalen Brunson.
I'm not gonna defend the New York Knicks and their foolishness until I see something that's even
Now,
worth
the New York Knicks are
credit.
going after Jalen Brunson. They are still making a play after him, which I still think is a right decision for them. If they don't have a point guard that they trust, Jalen Brunson is a good move to solidify that point guard position. To see if he can start unlocking and making life easier for Obi Toppin and also R.J. Barrett. He's not the best point guard in the world. He's not top elite, but he's a point guard that can be comparable and can put up 20 points per game with 6 assists. That's consistency. I wouldn't mind them getting Jalen Brunson. I'm just trying to talk these Knicks fans off of the edge about what they did at draft day. Knicks fans have gone into too much of woe is me mode. Like I said, because every transaction that isn't a home run transaction, because they've been so scorned in the past, they can't look past they can't look past what has happened right now to try to see what could possibly happen big picture. And the New York Knicks aren't even saying like, oh, we're going after Melo, or it's not even one of those. It's just one of those moves that you see franchises make when they're trying to either accumulate young talent or go after a particular or try to add a star level talent to their team. And for the New York Knicks, they put themselves in a position where they don't have to gut their team to do it, because that's what Knicks fans have asked for over the years. Get young talent, get draft picks, get somebody in here. Don't gut your team. You know what a lot of these moves are doing? They're putting you in position to give you all of that shit that you wanted without giving you all that shit that you don't like. And yet along the way, you're huffing and puffing and crying the whole entire way. Like you're throwing a tantrum the whole entire way.
They don't deserve benefit of the doubt.
That's okay, because you got your ball stolen in 2nd grade.
They don't deserve benefit of the doubt.
The school may not, but the teachers do. And that's different.
Nah,
You can go.
You're part of the product. Once you become part of the product, hurry up, be part of the solution. If not,
So you haven't been to a school that you didn't like but had great teachers that man, I can't wait to go to this class. Like I said, the school may be, but the teachers aren't.
the teacher can only do so much when they're being funded by the school.
That is true too. But you have to trust. You gotta trust your teacher to teach you the fuck out of that subject that they're responsible for. And you will give that teacher that benefit of the doubt to be the best teacher that you think that they are. I have to see. Listen, I can't be mad about something that hasn't unfolded yet. Let me tell you, it's literally being upset about something that hasn't transpired yet. You're premeditating your anger. You're premeditating your sadness. I'm not even telling you to get excited about anything. I'm just telling you to not be mad about it. I'm not even saying that what the Knicks have done is anything to be excited about. I'm saying what the Knicks have done so far in this draft, this year, this offseason, should not be, oh, woe's me, I can't take it anymore. Oh, same old Knicks. Here we go. Here what goes again? What have they done so far? But get more assets, which is what you've asked for. They got a way to try to accumulate more young talent, which is what you asked for. put themselves in a position to try to accumulate to try to accumulate a star level talent. They did that, which is what you asked for. The Knicks are literally doing everything that you asked for. They're going through the process and developing. See what you have to do. See, it's like going to court, right? You know when you go to court and the defense says something, and the judge has to go, I need you to strike that from the record. Act like you didn't hear this. You have to act like you didn't see them go to the playoffs in the bubble. You have to. Because that was a fluke year. That was a fluke year, and we've explained it. Not only was that basically bubble camp. Listen. Not only that's basically almost the same thing that we're talking about when LeBron James won his championship. There was no fans in the stands. We saw how this team started looking like when fans started coming back. We saw how Julius Randle started looking like when fans started coming back. And then also, one of the biggest statistical differences from last year to this year that I have to remind people, when people are talking about the New York Knicks, their shooting went down from last year to this year, right? And one of the things that happened is that they had the highest percentage, right? They were one of the highest percentage in difficult shots of contested 3-pointers. The year they went to the playoffs. Also, they had one of the highest percentage. Do you remember this stat? Highest percentage of opponents missed 3-pointers. Wide open, missed 3-pointers. They had the highest percentage, which means that they were always holes for them to get drugged by 3-point shooting teams, and we always saw this as a pattern. Part of the reason why Atlanta fucking schooled the shit out of them. They played in a way that was perfect for Atlanta to fucking look good, and Atlanta also just caught fire that year, at the end of the season. Next year, you know what happened? They were the worst shooting team on contested shots. And then it turned out that the opposing team that on open 3-point shots, we gave up one of the best field goal percentages. One of the better defensive teams, top 5. Next year, we're not even kind of in the middle. We're actually at the bottom because we have lineup changes. Now, part of it's Tom Thibodeau's fault. Tom Thibodeau does have a problem when it comes to his vets. He over trusts his vets sometimes. That's the reason why. Listen, I don't think that the general management team could have foreseen that Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier were going to be so much of a staple to that team, but also such a detriment to that team. Could explain us why Boston let go of them the year before. Boston kind of saw how it held them back. But see, nobody throws Boston underneath the bus for whiffing on Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. The way that they throw the Knicks underneath the bus for whiffing on Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. See, now you understand why I was saying the year that Julius Randle took the Knicks to the goddamn playoffs and had him in the 4th seed, I want him talked about as MVP. He should be in that MVP talk. I didn't say he's not going to win it, but I want him talked about. Because when the Knicks aren't doing good, or when the Knicks make a little move that people think that they think is a bad move, it is blown out of proportion and talked about to overextend. That's the reason. That's the other reason why I was like, yo, because for other people, like I said, the LeBron Jameses and other guys in the world, they would have ran with it like it was fucking like hot sauce to a brand new baby. I don't understand that reference. So the next thing, Tom, this is officially the start of year 3 under a new coaching regime. How often does a team get taken from absolutely nothing when they've been bad for 2 decades and 3 years suddenly in, they're a playoff contending team? Because that's what you want, Knicks fans. That's what you want, KJ.
I'm watching the Yankees play.
I understand that, but that's what you want. You want year 4, Knicks, champion, Eastern Conference championship.
Nobody's saying that. I just need progress.
They've showed progress.
I'm not beating that drum with you no more. I'm watching the Yankees.
They went back in the standings. But they have progressed. They made a couple of bad moves. But they have progressed from where we know this team was at 2 years ago. The step back, the slight step back they took last year isn't so much of a step back. They're like, oh my God, this team is now going to be back a 15-win team. They haven't taken a step back. It makes it sound like they've taken a step back where they're going to be.
It's a step back.
They're going to be
how big of a step. It's a step back.
Teams
a step back is a step.
Teams
back.
have setbacks. Golden State Warriors had a setback, and they came back and they won a championship. They were a championship team. They had a setback with a worst team in the league.
Injuries. What injuries did the Knicks have this year?
It was a setback. Setbacks are setbacks. Boston Celtics had a setback a couple years ago.
Exactly, 2 years ago. And you saw where they were this past year.
They had Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, and they had a setback when they had them. They got Kyrie Irving. That was a setback. But what they did, they stuck with the plan. Kept their core guys, kept trucking through it, kept working through the process, kept developing. Also, Boston as a whole, as far as an environment, is a different environment than the New York Knicks. Let me also put
way more clout to have some type of benefit of the doubt.
Not only that, but let me also add, they have more professionals in the building. They have a culture. They're an organization that has 17, 18 rings. So that aura is always in the building, which helps with the development of young talent, believe it or not.
They celebrate their past greats that played for them.
That's the reason what helps with the Lakers. You understand those teams that it's what Golden State is building. Now with everybody that comes in there, there's a Golden State way. But it has to be built over time. Same thing in Miami. That has to be built over time. But at some point in time, all of these teams were bad. And then they finally got the person in there to help to put that culture in the right direction. Or start getting the coach in the right direction. All of them had to do it.
Well, 25 years in counting.
Alright. So some of those teams were there. But they found their guy. And once you find that guy, it's that one person that starts your culture off. Tom Thibodeau could be our guy. He already has helped these guys develop. He's already helped them be professionals. Has he made a couple of mistakes along the way? I just named you a bunch of teams that made a bunch of mistakes on the way, and there's our championship level teams, championship caliber, the teams that other teams look and model themselves after. So mistakes happen. You can't give extra gravity to that mistake suddenly because of the team that happened.
Here's where you're fucking missing me. You're acting as if I'm fully blaming Thibodeau and stuff. I'm not blaming him. The problem is the complete front office gets in the fucking way. They're getting in the way of the prosperity.
Where?
Once again.
Okay. How did they get in the way?
Leon Rose, all he does is get in the way. If they just fucking let Tibbs, Perry, and Worldwide West do their thing, Dolan just cut checks.
Which he has been doing this during this regime, which has been the biggest help of this change.
Maybe we could do something, but on top of that, where's the appreciation of guys from the past?
I get it.
All of that stuff matters.
Okay, so actually,
all of that stuff matters.
Where and how did he get in the way? I'm trying to figure out.
Come on, man.
No, seriously.
No, continue. Because,
I'm asking.
No, because anything I say when it comes to how they're fucking up clearly isn't resonating. So if it's not resonating, that's just a waste of my breath.
This is a discussion show here. We discuss things back and forth, right? Where did he get in the way?
Who?
You said Leon Rose keeps on getting in the way of. Was it Leon Rose? You said it kept on getting in the way of.
All I'm saying is, so if they're gonna basically always leave it up to Thibodeau,
so what did he do wrong?
If they're just going to let Thibodeau be going up there and taking the blows for when things ain't going right or going left, whatever the case may be. Then it's like, okay, if that's the case, let him run the show. Let him run the show. Let him get the guys that he wants in here. Because I can guarantee you, just by who comes on the court and who doesn't, there's plenty of times where someone comes in for a couple minutes. It's like, yo, they should get more run. But there's clearly a disconnect between the player, Tibbs, and front office that is not clicking here. Because it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. And like I said, I'm at a point where it's just I don't waste my time and energy trying to divulge into what it is, because I'm like, you know what, I'm sick of it. I just want to see results.
So is that a Rose problem, a Tibb problem, or a disconnection between the direction that the franchise is trying to go in and maybe tendencies that the coach has? Because they wanted Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. Like that was not a problem for Thibodeau. He wanted these veteran leaders, these leaders in the locker room, because he likes to give veterans burn. They've gotten Tibbs everything he's wanted. The only person they've gotten him that he didn't want was the kid from Atlanta. And he showed it by not giving him any burn. But we needed to get a younger person in here in that position. Because we needed to add more versatile, a more versatile wing, somebody more athletic, somebody that could defend multiple spots, somebody that could possibly get off their own shots. But Tom Thibodeau has been over-relying on his veteran players. The veteran players that he asked for. So I don't understand where he got in the way there.
Knicks got to get together.
They do. They got to get on the same page. That is something that they do need to do. Between management and coaching, they have to get on the same page. Because I'm going to tell you this, and this is probably the portion of it that I don't like to say. They may have to get rid of Thibodeau. And I like Thibodeau. And I think Thibodeau's a hell of a coach. But unless Thibodeau can show more of a ability to make better on the fly roster changes, right? Make better in-game adjustments, but more importantly, a willingness to not rely on veterans just because they're veterans so much over your young guys, right? Because see, what happens is that they're still trying to develop, but ultimately he's overcompensating the win portion of it, and the win portion of it tells him, hey, to win I need to go on these trusted vets, because I don't know what to expect from these young guys. But the Knicks need these young guys to play, because that's who's gonna be here in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years possibly. Unless the Knicks do something foolish and they keep stripping all their young talent. So I'm hoping more than anything that they have a big sit down with Tom Thibodeau and they get on the same page of the type of talent they're gonna be bringing in here, and an idea of how they're gonna want to go about and maybe listen, or maybe just get a better maybe get on the same page about a better development plan. Maybe that's what's lacking. Maybe if their development plan was maybe better on page, right, or in sync, maybe that will help outline players or help dictate players' minutes. Could you agree or disagree that they leaned on Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier way too much?
I'm just trying to watch the Yankees.
All right, but we are here doing a show. You can't. I mean, if I just needed furniture there.
The Yankees is. The Knicks is depressing. I've already gotten all my smoke off about the Knicks and what they need to do, what needs to happen at this point.
No, but now we're going to a different side. I'm asking you a question. Did they over rely on Kemba Walker and Fournier a little too much this year?
Sure. I don't care about last season, though, boy. It was just a disappointment.
I get that.
It's disappointment.
I know they got rid of Kemba, and getting rid of Kemba freed up. How much was it? Like $20 million? Like I know he had $8 million on his contract, but dropping off his $8 million freed up like $20 million or something like that in salary cap space. Evan Fournier is still there. See, these are the things that are curious. That make me curious because these are some of the problems that they had that they're gonna have to fix. You can't over rely on Evan Fournier anymore. You saw the big difference, and this is part of it. Like why we had the difference in defensive contest on jump shots. It's a difference between Evan Fournier playing defense on you and, believe it or not, Reggie Bullock.
They subtracted defense for offense and it cost them.
It did. And as you can see, the Reggie Bullock offense wasn't that bad. Listen, he worked. He came through in Dallas a little bit, like because he has a role. He has a specific role. It was funny too. I remember in the Dallas series, I was like, yeah, Reggie Bullock, he's out here 6 for 9. Like, don't worry, he'll go 0 for 12 next game. Like, this is who he is. But that's what you expect from him, though. Like, if you understand the kind of people, but he's the kind of guy that he comes off the bench, and if he makes 3 shots in a row, ride him. If he misses 4,
get him out.
Then I guess you're just gonna be playing D. You know what I mean? That ain't his night. If you're looking for scoring from him, that ain't gonna be his night. The Knicks still have work to do. Like I said, the free agency is about to start pretty soon here. And we're going to start seeing what some of these free agency moves are looking like for the Knicks. As there's some interesting names that are already opting out. But a lot of those guys already have sound like they already have destinations. I'm surprised that Schindler's List has already been burnt up. Oh, man. We're going to get into all that and more in just a moment on the MyT Sports Podcast. So for everybody, we're going to play a commercial. And for Podbean people, you already know what's going to happen. We're going to open up a new feed for you guys. That and more next on the MyT Sports Podcast.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, I became a soldier.
All right, we are back with the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one only dollar throw my tail. I got my co-host with me, KJ, the Quiet Storm, as he's trying to be quiet right now and watch the Yankees game as we muscle through Knicks talk. We're over Knicks talk now, though. I got you back now.
We'll see what the next topic is. The Knicks talk takes a lot out of me. I think I know what I'm gonna do going forward. During Knicks talk, I'm gonna just stay quiet. I'm not gonna say a thing.
Then just leave. Like shit. You just furniture then. Like go get a drink, go use the bathroom. You know what I mean? Go call wifey. Be like, yo, how you doing? I'm taking a Knicks break. You know what I mean?
I'm starting to treat Knicks talk. I'm starting to treat Knicks talk like when you have conversation with the parents when they getting on you about some shit. The more you respond, the longer the conversation goes.
Oh no. Listen, this will go on forever anyway. Knicks talk. Listen, I can do a 3-hour show just on Knicks alone. Cause I'm surprised I did a 45-minute show on the Knicks draft the other day. Basically, a lot of stuff I was telling you is some of the stuff I mentioned on the draft show the other day. Cause I had to get that off before I went to the graduation party. So we still have the Yankees game on in the background, right? And the Yankees are about to pull a wave of victory, and another heart-wrenching victory. And I say heart-wrenching victory because they have been doing this. They've been doing this heart-wrenching shit for the last couple of days now. Now listen. I forgot something. They played the Houston Astros. They had a little mini series against them the other day, right? It was just one game on mini series. It was 2 games, right?
4 games.
It's 4? Shit. Completely missed 2 of them. Alright, so they had a little mini series against the Houston Astros. Sorry, it was 2 games. That's right. I'm tripping. And in the very last game, which was last night of their little mini series, Houston is up 2-1.
3.
No. 2-1 in the series. Already.
I thought you meant during the game.
Yeah. They're up 2-1 in the series. And so they're playing the last one, and in game 3 that they played, the Yankees didn't look too good. They got completely, basically embarrassed and shut the fuck out.
Didn't look too good. Let's call it what it is. They went hitless. No hitter.
Hey, no hitter's always a good thing, right? Unless you're on the other end of it. And also if it's against your end.
Talk about Yankees didn't look too good. They sucked.
Especially when it's against your rival. Like that's the part.
That's the part that stings the most.
I
gotta hear this Astros owns the Yankees shit.
For real.
Suck dick, pussies.
So here we are in this series, and the series is 2-1.
About to go 3-1.
Yankees are going hitless again.
16 straight innings. No hits.
And the only thing I'm thinking to myself is, they gotta find a way to beat them. Because
they can't have this.
I can't have Astros and Astros fans being able to be like, well, we beat you this series, what can you say now, huh? What you gonna say now, huh? What you gonna say now, huh? Like, I can't have the what you gonna say now rebuttal in my face. Because really, whatever I'm gonna say is just me conjuring shit up at the moment to make myself feel better. Kind of like what I do with the Knicks sometimes. I'm joking.
It's not a joke, people. It's not a joke. All you have to do is rewind about 40 minutes ago. Rewind for the last 40 minutes.
Listen, I am serious, man.
Rewind for 40 minutes.
You know,
literally what he just said is what he did for 40 minutes.
You know what happens? I'm the person that, when people go too far on one side, sometimes, it forces me the other way. So because everybody's been so overreacting, I've been forced to step back and look at it from afar, and constantly keep on breaking down everything. I'm like, wait a minute, and then because I was on the other side, I was in my, and then because everybody was just like, that's what happened, and it happens to me in a lot of topics. That's what makes me dislike a lot of people sometimes. It's just too many, or too many Jordan comparisons. Okay, now we gotta bring this motherfucker down. Too many of this. Oh no, we gotta not bring them down. We gotta bring the fans down to reality. Because there's nothing wrong with the individuals sometimes that we're talking about, right?
Unless it's LeBron James.
No, even LeBron James. Like, no, seriously. Even when it comes to LeBron James, sometimes it's not so much about him than the fans that represent him. A lot of these conversations aren't really about LeBron James. Love me some Bronny, right? That's my guy. Wakanda forever, right? What?
So you're gonna lie on the podcast like this?
You guys have been
You're gonna
misunderstood.
lie on the podcast like this. Talon, where's LeBron ranked on the all-time list for you right now?
I don't know, like number 17?
And what is one of the main reasons why you have always had an issue with this nigga? Where does it start at?
High school?
Because why?
They showed his high school game over a professional basketball game, which involved the Knicks. And I had to stay up for it.
So basically, anything he says about LeBron has no credibility.
I just told you that he does a good... See, you know what? I just said he does a good job, and now you're saying that's not true?
Everybody didn't hear anything that's been said once you said LeBron was ranked 17. Once you said that, nobody heard a thing. They're like, 7... What did he just say?
I was being facetious.
What did this dude who has a sports podcast just said?
I was being facetious. Okay. He's like 12. Right? Maybe 13 now because Stephen Curry just definitely leapfrogged them.
Back to this Yankees talk. You see what I have to deal with people? You see what I have to deal with people?
It's a 3-hour podcast. Listen. How did we get here?
We're talking about Yankees. We're not talking about Knicks. We're not talking about LeBron. We're talking about Yankees.
There we go. I was telling you how much I love LeBron.
We're talking about Yankees. You don't care about how much you quote unquote love LeBron.
In certain ways.
Yankees.
See,
We'll talk about the Yankees.
See?
We'll talk about the Yankees.
I know, there was a specific
Switch
lane
it
that he was
off.
loved in.
Switch it off. Please, we don't need to hear how you fake love LeBron James.
It was in a lane. It was in a lane.
Yankees. Let's talk about the Yankees. Something that matters. Yankees.
So, I forgot how I got there. All right, see, most likely I'll end up going down the slave soliloquy and I'll get right back over there.
Stay on the Yankees.
So, that's what I was saying. I get forced to have to go the other side because too many people lean one way, and I have to bring the fan base back to reality because they go a little too overboard. Listen, I had to do it with Kobe at one point in time. I had to do it, with LeBron. There's people I've had to do it with. Like, because I didn't like when they used to say about Kobe, the youngest player to blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, nobody came out of high school. Like, he's like the first guy.
KG.
You know what I mean? Like, there was nobody really yet.
KG.
You know what I mean? And then LeBron James, when he's been holding all these, youngest player this young. I'm like, well, after him, they stopped people from coming out of high school. Like, stop it. Like, he's had, like, literally.
Can't hate on niggas for taking advantage of the rules.
No, it's not. I'm not hating on them. It's what were people utilizing to overhype their essence.
Can't blame them. They sold. They're box office. They did what
No,
they did.
they are.
Claims.
See, that's what I'm saying. They are all of that. I'm not taking anything away from the player. It's about the fan going overboard and me bringing the fan back to reality. Because they talk about this as if Jordan didn't get a chance to come out of high school, he wouldn't do better numbers than all of them.
But if it was somebody who played for the Knicks or just played in New York, period.
What? Same thing. Like I said, it's all about.
It wouldn't be none of that.
It's all about.
It wouldn't be none of that. If anything, we have a jersey up in here waggling all over the place.
So I don't know. Somebody says it look like you about to go. You look like you want to go to sleep. He probably does. It's almost his bedtime. Like normally around this time, about 20 minutes, he'd be like, yo.
See, you say that bullshit, but you probably haven't heard nothing that's been said over the last 40 minutes about him defending this bullshit Knicks narrative that he's trying to push out.
I'm not trying to push anything.
It'll fucking take the life out of you.
I'm not trying to push anything. Right? I'm just trying to let us know that I respect greatness.
What? No. See, just like how you do me. What greatness are you talking about? What greatness are you talking about?
The greatness of the New York Yankees.
What other greatness were you talking about?
Well, we want to talk Yankees.
Now you want to talk Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to talk on the Yankees, not the quote unquote greatness of the New York Knicks organization and front office that you just defended for 40 minutes.
No, the New York Knicks don't have a great organization. They're still trying to build their stuff. They're in the infancy of it. Mm-hmm. They don't even know. They barely know how to crawl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They keep puking all over themselves.
Yeah.
They can barely feed themselves. They're infants.
Yeah.
It's a new process.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
Next thing you're gonna sell me on is the fucking Jets.
I can see how people saw that the Jets could win 9 games.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Yeah. I don't believe that they can, but I see where they saw it as a possibility. Yeah. No, I didn't say it was a strong possibility, but I can see where they saw 9 victories. I can see it. But you know how that works. The same teams that they're probably looking at, that they were looking at thinking that, hey, the Jets can beat that team was looking at the Jets like,
smack their shit out
exactly,
of them.
barbecue chicken alert. So they're talking best case scenario. They're not talking about, if the Jets like lose 2 or 3 bad games, you know what I mean, lose 2 or 3 games to a team that they shouldn't lose, they're gonna fall on 9 games. No, they're talking about if every single thing bounces the Jets' way, they can get 9 dubs. Which I see that. But how often does everything bounce a team's way?
You don't understand. I'm just tired of people laughing at my teams. I'm tired of being the punchline. You gotta understand. I was in a group chat, 30 niggas, they just roasting the Knicks on draft night. It's like, this is what I do to Cowboy fans. I literally had a moment, this is how bad it got. I had a moment where I said, you know, Cowboys fans, I understand. I understand the pain that you go through. Because, god damn it.
I'm not smiling, by the way. It looks like I just realized it looks like I'm smiling. But I'm not smiling. I'm grimacing. My grimace looks like a smile, I guess. I couldn't be in a chat with 30 other people on draft. Like, because I told you, on draft.
No, granted, notifications were off. So, I'll be goddamn if on big sporting events, my notifications are on. Because I'm not going to hear green, 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 green. No.
That's what Tio Chalk. This is what Tio Chocolate does. Hey, can you hear me? Let him know that the next time that I have a wrestling event, if it's okay with you, Monica, I'm going to bring him to my next wrestling event. Gotcha. Yeah, if I was in a chat with 30 other people on Knicks draft night,
roasting the Knicks,
I probably would feel still how you feel now. It would have been a hard place for me to get out of. See, I didn't get bombarded by all that at once. It was basically like, oh, you wanna come from my Knicks headband? Fuck you. Oh, you wanna come up too? Bam. Okay. I started doing some Matrix shit.
Yeah, see, I was Vin Diesel in Fast 9 when he got yanked down by all them niggas, but I just didn't come up like Vin did. I just stayed getting beat down.
Yeah, and then it was over multiple days too.
Yeah,
like I was able to pick them off over multiple days. Like, wait a minute, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I told you I was there. I was in your space initially when it happened. I was like, I had that Jackie Chan look on my face. Like, I think I said that to one of y'all. Like, I was like, what the fuck is these niggas doing? And then I had to sit back and was like, okay, you know what? This is my initial, what the fuck are the Knicks doing? Let's take the Knicks out of this and put Organization B.
It's just I'm sick and tired of saying I'm a Knicks fan and feel like I have to cave my chest in when I say it. Because it's a laughing stock. You understand? You say you're a Knicks fan. You're a Knicks fan. No more. No more. No mas. No mas. No mas.
Oh, Monica, go watch the BET Awards. It was actually pretty dope. Fuck it. I like the BET Awards this year. Yo, cause it was Puffy. I'm about to say Buffy. 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 Damn. Sorry. So.
This is my Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
No.
I was about to say, the fuck is wrong with you? Out here licking the lips and rubbing their hands over that.
But the Buffy shit. I know is definitely a Slayer. You know what I mean? Shit, you can suck my blood.
I ain't Deshaun Watson.
Listen, tain't nothing wrong with reminiscing over a.
I ain't Deshaun Watson. These calls be recorded for quality assurance purposes.
I just thought about the time you were laughing so hard through your. You threw up. I threw up actually. Orange soda. And the cheddar and onions Lay's potato chip. They were just new. They were brand new and they just started popping off. Oh, yeah. What?
Oh.
It was when they first made them. Just good.
Oh, that sounds rough.
I was chill. I was eating. Like, what happens, like, I had like a drunk moment. Like, I was laughing so hard and I'm stumbling, laughing. And we're teenagers, so, like, I wasn't drinking anything. I was laughing. And then she know. And it was just orange shit, just like a fucking fire hydrant.
That's rough.
But she was funny as fuck. Monica remembers. Good times. Good times. Living in the projects. Good times.
That's where Monica just said gross.
Good times. Living up Park Plaza. Good times. I have way too much fun on this podcast. I swear to God, I do. Listen, it's like I have more fun when the Yankees actually win. The Yankees were down. They were down bad in that game. 16 straight innings of no contact, and then all of a sudden.
Dingers.
bats. Sorry, go ahead.
The way that game was going, I said, yo, if these niggas lose again today, this could be the start of the downward spiral. Because
that was a confidence game in a weird way for both sides.
That
like we needed it for our confidence.
Series.
Yeah, we needed it for confidence, and Houston needed not to have advantage over us, so that they don't have the confidence over us. Like we needed that victory to keep our confidence up and their confidence.
Because you would think this is the time for the Yankees to get these niggas, and it's the fact that they come in here the first time you see them all year, take 3 out of 4.
Monica said we're like Ren and Stimpy. Underrated show.
Very
underrated show. Just like the MyT Sports Podcast, underrated. Don't forget to like and share, and follow, and comment, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Hit us with the quadfecta. That game was 3-0 in the 4th. All the way through the 7th, it was 3-0. All right, and then Stanton came up 7th, hit a solo. In the 8th, LeMahieu came. He hits a double. Right, it's tied 3-3.
I thought it was a 2-run homer.
What I said?
It was a double?
Oh, sorry, I said double, but 2-run homer. Sorry.
Okay.
Double as in 2. Sorry. I know.
No,
yeah.
I
apologize.
We got fan. Come on, we gotta make sure you get that shit right.
Yeah, because I'm saying one thing and I'm saying one thing and meaning another.
Come on.
Word to my mother. And then we get into the 10th. Right? And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but when it gets like late in the day, judges don't like to try cases, and they like to close their chambers, and that's what Aaron Judge did. God damn it, he closed his chambers with a solo home run. Sorry, not a solo home run, a 3-shot home run to go ahead and put the Yankees up 6-3. Walk-off home run. Yankees win the game. Yankees win the game. The
Yankees win.
Yes. Thank you.
Greatness.
And then they almost did it again today to us. I swear to God.
Yankees win.
They damn near did the same exact shit against Houston to us. You have Houston up here 3-0, then 5-2 for the longest part. I mean, not Houston. The A's. Oakland. And then all of a sudden the bats start opening up. Runners start, you know what I mean? And then again, this is where I come back to Yankees fans and I say, right, and people that talk about Yankees fans. This is why I had to say this so loudly recently on the podcast. There's a difference between enjoying this season and the last 5 to 10 seasons.
I'll break it down simple. Yesterday, 10th inning. They're doing the thing now where once you get in the extras, they starting somebody on second.
I thought they cut that Fugazi. Actually, I thought they cut that Fugazi shit out at the beginning of the season.
I was still here. I'm like, yo, what kind of weird shit is that? Trust me, it blew my mind because I hadn't seen it. yet. Yeah, yesterday was the first time I saw it. I'm at the bar. I'm just like, wait. These bitch ass niggas just be scoring like crazy and everything like that. How you gonna help them to have somebody right there on second base like that to start the fucking inning? What is this? So I'm here like, yo, Lord, come on. If we lose to this bullshit right here, come on, man. But I'm saying, I saw they did the same thing with the Yankees. I'm like, okay, at least it's fair. At least they did it with us too. But it's different. Yankees of old, they just be sending somebody up to just hit some shit. They did that. Bro who came up there for the plate to start the bottom of the 10th. Bunt. Bunt.
Actually, I didn't see it. I was driving, by the way.
Right. Yeah, just to advance somebody to third. And I loved it, whether he got out or not. Which, for some reason, the Astros were just a little bit slow to the ball, which I ain't mad at it. Whatever the case may be.
I ain't mad at you.
Ain't mad at it at all. But it showed me, like, see, a play like that is what shows that these Yankees are different. It's not just about coming up to the plate and smacking some shit. Like,
it ain't just about that.
It ain't just about the dingers. Sometimes you just gotta put the ball in fucking play to advance somebody to a fucking base. That's it. Because now you put the pressure on them. You can't just tell a pitcher. You can't just have a pitcher just be trying to throw no soft shit or like he really has to be precise in terms of the type of pitch that he throws when you already have somebody on third base and there's no outs. So that was very, very profound.
Good night, Monica. Love you too.
Bon!
And
Astro to the Astros. It was beautiful.
Oh my God.
We robbed. Because how many times have we been in that predicament of we've been working them niggas all game, working them, and then all of a sudden in the eighth, they get one little hit here, give them life, and then now we in the bottom of the ninth, somebody's on first and second, and then next thing you know, ding! It's like, oh, God damn it, they did it to us again. So the fact that we did the shits to them, it was beautiful.
For reals. And like I said, and they almost did the same thing. And like I said, the Yankees went on the same, almost the same road in this game. But you know what though? They keep pulling off the victories. And just the one thing that you talked about, the one thing that he said, that alone lets you know that there's a difference between now and the last decade, now and the last 5 years, now and the last 3 years, whatever time frame that you're comparing it to that you've been upset about, right? The bunt alone. You understand? The Yankees have been very big on analytics over the last, let's go 5 years. Over the last 5 years, they've been super heavy on their analytics. That's the reason why they've gone for guys that have hit nothing but home runs. It's the reason why they had a catcher back there that basically was like, oh, we can deal with your hitting. It's the reason why at one point in time they decided to go all right-handers, right? You understand? In the game of baseball alone, it's fundamental the way people swing. People no longer go for bunts half the time anymore. And I'm saying half the time. People don't go for stolen bases half the time. But they realize playing on that side of the statistics or what's the word, analytics isn't helping you win games. While it may help, like some of those little things may help with the preservation of players, that helping with the preservation of players, and I'll keep saying it again, was allowing it was allowing pitchers to get way too comfortable in the pocket, if you understand the reference.
Right.
And so what is it? They got into their groove. They never had to worry about a bunt. They never had to worry about a base hit. They never had to worry about a runner trying to steal base. It was just, hey, I just got to go in here and pitch. I just got to go in here and throw this ball. So instead of worrying about 5 different things, he has one job now. We know how sports is. In analytics, they don't take into the fact that the stress of all of those other things may start making that pitcher start fucking up, start making him throw balls, get off of his cue. You know what I mean? Instead of throwing the slider like he thought, the ball comes off differently and it's a fucking 86 miles an hour ball right down the fucking middle. Mm-hmm. That's pressure that you cause by how you play the game, by causing them to think about other things than, oh, I just gotta throw this fucking ball to people that only hit on one side of the fucking plate. There was a reason why Yankees fans weren't happy. What we were doing wasn't conducive with winning. We could see. This is sometimes the difference, right? Right? Don't beat me up too bad for this one, KJ. This is sometimes the difference, right? Is that let me preface this with this. You have to understand where your team is at to understand expectations of them, right? Sometimes where your team is at, there's realistic expectations and unrealistic expectations. From the outside looking in, if you're not used to Yankees' way of life, their seasons were looking successful to you. Oh, you guys are winning. Here goes 90-something games. Here goes 100 games. They're hitting dingers. What are you guys complaining about? You're a championship level team. No, bitch. No. You were right about everything until you said championship level team. We weren't that because we could tell by the way we were playing. See, those kind of things, when you're not a Yankee or you're not used to winning, you guys see that, but all you see is the winning.
You don't see that this is not conducive to October baseball.
Exactly. So that's the reason why we couldn't have been happy during the regular season because, man, this ain't gonna win us nothing. Like it's like and we're a team that's supposed to be in a position to win. Different expectations. So we know that any move that we make right now, that it has to be a championship winning move. That's where we're at. We're not in the developmental stage, right? We already passed our bottom. We're here.
Yeah, fuck that developmental stage.
Yeah, we're past all that. When we want to develop, we reset. We don't restart. You understand? We add a couple pieces here. We move a couple of pieces away. Oh shit, we still got the same puzzle. What we do is go, turn that shit to the side. But this year is completely different, and you see it. Like I said, a couple games ago, we seen players stealing bases. He just talked about last game where they're bunted. In this game, we saw runs batted in by putting the ball in play, not just whiffing for the fucking fence.
Cause that whiffing through the fucking fence ain't gonna be there all the time.
And
it's not gonna be there, especially come October.
And that's what we was learning in October. It was that's how we were losing because they were leaving it up too much in chance.
Especially now you got teams out here coming out with not even 2, 3 pitchers who are aces. Like the Dodgers have 3 they can throw out. The Astros, until this past series, I didn't even know they had 3 they can throw out.
And we see.
I thought that they've been winning off getting runs, but because I knew Verlander was gonna do his thing, but the other 2 motherfuckers who came out there, that's what gave me cause to pause. I mean, granted, we still found ways to pull it out, but I'm like, fuck, they still found a way. I'm thinking their pitching might have fell off. No.
So don't you know, guys, if we face Houston, it's not going to be an easy series.
No way.
It's going to be filled with venom and vitriol and all kinds of hate.
But it needs to go through them, or it just won't feel the same. I'll take it, though. But it won't feel the same. I need to exercise some demons.
So let me ask you this then. If for some reason you don't make it into the thing, right, because you get eliminated out of the playoffs, are you okay with it because you're like, damn, at least I'm playing the team that I at least wanted to go heads up against?
Oh no. We're talking
LA and Vegas or Indy and Phoenix?
Indy and Phoenix. I get to see Diana Taurasi. What? Once I hear Phoenix, what?
You know Candace Park in LA anymore either. She whooped their ass the other night too. Put up a triple-double.
Triple-double on that head top.
I think. Wait,
what was you talking about just now?
Yankees. Yankees.
Yankees. If they lost to Houston, I couldn't take that.
Okay.
Because Houston has caused enough pain to Yankee fans that I can't take. It's the same thing with the Manning Brady thing early on. Brady's taking them out every time.
Oh my God, I'm glad you said something.
But it's like, yo, it's not a rivalry till you fucking win one. Eventually, Manning, you gotta beat these motherfuckers. I mean, and the fact that you got got your first Super Bowl because you had to go through Brady to get it, that makes it even sweeter. Ooh, I didn't see the name.
Brunson. I forgot her first name.
Maybe. I don't know too many people with the last name Brunson out here. In the NBA world.
You know, you mentioned Peyton Manning, and it's something that I heard recently, right? And they talked about how Peyton Manning was a harder person to play than Tom Brady, right? Because you had to think a whole lot more on a bunch of stuff, and not I get it, but also I realized something, and it's something I always say to myself silently every year, and I always forget to bring it up. A lot of the responsibilities that they talk about giving quarterbacks now is because of Peyton Manning. It's because of what the responsibility that he took upon himself once he showed that he could be, like, he was the ultimate orchestrator of the game. He really was. And quarterbacks moving at the line, that was something that he started doing. And then he started seeing other quarterbacks asking for that kind of control over the offense. The kind of control they're asking for the offense is the Peyton Manning control. But also what happened too often, like we try to force feed that Peyton Manning kind of level of control upon young quarterbacks and try to make it seem like they're him. Peyton Manning, even when he did it, was what's the word I'm looking for? He was a maverick of his time when he did it. And now now really it really should be. What's going on, Trish? I was talking about you earlier in the podcast, and you just missed Monica too. It's something that should still only be bestowed upon the elite of the elite quarterbacks. Meaning that, not for nothing, because they're not there yet. Daniel Jones should not be getting that. Wilson should not be getting that.
Zach Wilson, right?
Zach Wilson.
Okay.
Russ has earned his right. Has earned that. Sam Darnold should not be getting that.
I don't know where this Russell Wilson slander is coming from lately, but I'm not fucking with it at all. Like, I'm not fucking with it.
Sam Darnold should not be getting that, and also, who else? Mac Jones should not be getting that.
Getting what?
Keep control of his offense at their current stage right now of their career. Peyton Manning control?
I mean, Peyton Manning was getting that second year in the league.
No.
I don't know.
But these are for the. I said it's for the elite of the elite quarterbacks.
What I'm basically saying,
do you think Mac Jones?
What I'm basically saying, those three quarterbacks that you just listed, I'm not putting Mac Jones with those three quarterbacks. No.
Okay, you're not putting him in, but is he elite enough of a quarterback?
I didn't say he's elite.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
All I'm saying is I don't want him being brought up with Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson and fucking who was the last one?
Sam Darnold.
Mr. Sam. Oh, hell no.
But
because I've seen him do more things than I've seen. To be honest, I've seen him do more in 1 year than I've seen Daniel Jones do his career.
Are we gonna start that already?
I'm starting it.
Because
I'll go there.
Because again, I go to the fact you put Sam Darnold in New England and he looks better than Mac Jones to me.
Hey, that's not Sam's fault. That's not
because he's
that's
the guy that
not
has to be
Zach's
built
fault.
up.
And all I know, at the end of the day, I love when people say that type of shit. You have to flip to blah blah blah. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what that player has around him, what coach, what receivers. Bitch, you still have to go out there and throw that football in the area where the defense can't take it and your receiver can make a play on the ball.
And sometimes he didn't do that. They Tim Tebow'd him some games. It was 2 passes in a game.
Oh, because they're playing Buffalo in that cold ass winter.
They have a great way to grow and manage quarterbacks. I would assume that any one of those other guys will look as just as well as Mac Jones, if not better, if they would have went to the great Bill Belichick.
Hey, well, too bad they're not there.
I respect greatness.
Well, hey, too bad they're not there. You don't want to know why? Because their team sucks so goddamn
listen,
bad.
Bill Belichick will make any average quarterback look great.
We're not starting that shit today.
Start what? I respect greatness. I'm respecting Bill Belichick's greatness.
We're not starting that shit today.
What? Mac Jones has been an average quarterback.
You know exactly what the fuck you're doing. We're not doing that shit today.
I know we're not.
Don't waste your time. I just did it for you.
Listen, you did that.
I just did it for you. You were gonna do it. You were gonna do it if I didn't say nothing. You were gonna do it. I just did it for
want
you,
people to hear
so
it.
you don't have to waste your time. Exactly. Get it out the fucking way.
So they can understand where you're coming from.
Get it out the fucking way. You just a hurt Jets fan. That's
but I'm willing to give Bill Belichick his roses. What are you talking about? I'm a hurt Jets fan, but yet every chance I get, I'm willing to give Bill Belichick his roses. Bill Belichick makes players. Like, you see how they misrepresent me. You see how they made me look like to be the bad guy. Like,
you do all this for Bill, but if I mention the other motherfucker,
what's your motherfucker?
The quarterback that he had for all that time.
Listen, he's about to do the same thing with Mac Jones. If he, you know what I mean? So, because he can say he can make any average quarterback look good. Like you said, Peyton Manning was Peyton Manning in year 2. Tom Brady couldn't earn that kind of, or wasn't even there mentally, or good enough to even get that kind of respect to like year 12.
Year 12?
Okay.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Okay, like it was like year 8? Yes.
Year 8?
To get the Peyton Manning control?
Year 8?
From Bill Belichick? Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Year 8?
Yes.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Cause I know I'm pushing on your butt, but I'm pushing. These are.
You can't even say it with
but I
a straight
can't though. I'm having fun here.
You want to know why you can't straight say that with straight? The fucking championship game in Indianapolis is a prime example of 2 quarterbacks who were at that fucking level of making their own calls.
There was a lot
A lot of Bill Belichick. Hey, watch this right here. Watch this right here. So it's a lot of Bill Belichick, right? So that means that L is on Bill Belichick then, that particular game.
Hey, that L was on. That L happens to go on him too. He didn't have he couldn't coach up his average quarterback any better. You have to be able to get the best out of your players all the time. And that day he couldn't get the best out of his Tommy. His little Tommy gun. Tom.
It's alright. He still kisses the feet for 6 of those rings.
Little Tommy! And then we saw the very next year after Tom Brady went to a loaded team that any average quarterback can go to a loaded team and win a championship when what's his name? The guy from Detroit went and did it in LA. He said, show you, see, any average quarterback can go to a loaded team and win. It's that easy. Tom Brady didn't do anything special.
But if any of these guys came and did it for the Jets.
The Jets aren't a loaded team. If Matthew Stafford won a championship for the Jets, it would actually be a whole lot more than him winning a championship for those Chargers. Rams. Whoever. Chargers. Rams. Chargers.
The reason why I'm saying that's BS is because if they don't get it done, everybody's on their head.
Yeah, but
exactly.
So but everybody would have been on Tom Brady's head if he didn't win in his first year either in Tampa Bay.
But he did it.
Okay.
So everybody has to shut the hell up, including you.
Okay then, but I did until another average quarterback made what he did look rudimentary.
Rudimentary.
Yes.
Rudimentary.
Yes.
How is it rudimentary? How is it rudimentary?
He showed that anybody can do this
because Stafford beat Kyler Murray.
Listen.
Yes, it took everything. It took prayer for him to get through Brady. He's lucky there was another 5 minutes on that clock.
Hey,
otherwise,
how many times has Tom Brady been lucky that there wasn't another 5 minutes on the clock?
But on top of that, after you do that, it took everything in you to get through Jimmy Garoppolo. Then Joe Burrow's first playoff run.
Wait, you mean all I do is win and make it to playoffs, Jimmy? Jimmy ain't no pushover.
All I'm saying is, you got one nigga who had to go through Kyler
Jimmy's
Murray,
a better quarterback at his stage in his career.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Butler.
And Joe Burrow.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
But you got the other guy who went to his team first year who had to go through Breeze, Rodgers, and Mahomes to get that ring. Mm-hmm. Case closed. And all of them in their house.
Jesus Christ.
It's not even like they had to come to Tampa. He went in their house and took them out. Yeah.
And then he also won it at home, man. Listen, and then like, hey, Super Bowl's at home. It's rudimentary. Anybody, listen, these are routine things. Matthew Stafford made Tom Brady look average.
No.
He did.
No. Because competition matters. He had to take out 3 quarterbacks that we consider top 10 all time.
He just had to score more points.
Stop it!
Than that opposing team's defense.
Stop it!
While he had an elite defense and defensive mind on the other side.
Stop it! You can't justify that, Kyler. What is the nickname that you give Kyler Murray?
Kyler.
I should have played baseball, Murray. His ass looked like he should have played baseball the day he played the Rams.
But, whoa. Granted.
And Jimmy Garoppolo, who lost the game for the 49ers?
Time out.
No, you time out.
Whoa.
Who lost the game against San Francisco?
Before we get to Jimmy.
Who lost the game against the 49ers? Who lost that game?
Well, he needed some blue.
Who lost that game?
He needed some blue.
Who lost that game?
But he does
Who
that. Jimmy
lost that game?
Quarterback.
That's right.
We never called him the great
right.
Jimmy. We called him porn star Jimmy. He listen. All I do is win in the regular season and make it to the playoffs. Never said he wins in the playoffs. He's the stepping stone. You're supposed to beat him. And Kyler, I should have played baseball Murray. I have not been calling him since the day he's been drafted. The day before I even seen him play. Have I not?
But that's the thing.
But have I
the
not?
fact that you called him that literally knocks the argument.
Have I not always called him that since day one?
The fact that you've called Kyler Murray that since the day he came into the NFL.
It's not about his gameplay. It's about it's about the opportunity he should have taken.
Care.
You know this.
I don't care. But you're saying that because you possibly see him as a better baseball player than a better quarterback.
Because he could have got paid more and easier.
Stop
with less pain.
Stop it.
Stop it. No,
Stop
you know.
it. Stop it. You're doing that because you thought he would have had a better baseball career than a better football career.
Yeah, and even if he had the same kind of career where it was
All I know is one guy beat Breeze, Rodgers, and Mahomes
I had nothing to say
with his ring.
You're right.
That's it.
I had nothing to say.
That's it. That's gauntlet right there. That's it.
That is a hell of a.
That's it.
That is a hell of a.
That's it.
That is a hell of a.
And
group of people to go through.
one of them guys that he beat, he already had to beat for his 6th ring. Stop it, man. Stop it. It's literally, it's almost laughable when someone don't give Brady his credit.
Listen.
Especially at this point.
Don't blame it on me. Blame it on Matthew Stafford for making what he did.
No,
Look,
not at all. Because you don't get to say that. You don't get to say that
Now,
when the quarterbacks that he beat were Kyler Murray, the same guy who there's actual talks of the Cardinals possibly looking into trades for him. Franchise quarterback, your team's looking into trading you.
I'm sorry. Weren't we talking about Aaron Rodgers possibly on another team as well?
But Aaron Rodgers has the clout to do that. What Kyler Murray have to do that?
So a quarterback changing, and then Tom Brady,
and then Jimmy.
And listen, and remember, New England just got rid of Tom Brady, so quarterbacks get rid of. They got
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Who Tom Brady was so intimidated by that he had to get him traded. So you laugh at Jimmy Garoppolo, but if Jimmy Garoppolo,
the same nigga who can't stay healthy for shit.
If Jimmy Garoppolo would have been able to stay with that New England training facility, right, and been able to get under their training staff and their medical staff, and also get under Bill Belichick's tutelage, he would have had a chip already. But Tom Brady was so intimidated.
Jimmy don't have no clout. That's what happened.
Tom Brady
Jimmy
was so intimidated that he went to the owner and he was like, "You got to get him out of here because if he stays, he's gonna take my job.
Go ahead.
And I want to be.
And then what happened after that?
And I want to be here for life.
And then what happened after that?
So he pulled a snake
Two
move.
more rings. Two more rings happened after that.
And Jimmy would have got them one.
You would have had space for that argument to stand if he did that and no rings came out of it. He got 2 out of it.
I get it. See,
he got 2. This is what makes me love Brady. He makes any argument that you have invalid.
No, because
he makes any argument invalid.
You're still talking. He got 2 rings out of it, but that happens right now. They were looking at the big picture. They were looking at if I can get this guy in here for 15 years from beginning to end, we can possibly get another 6 out of it.
Been hurt because you want to know why would happen when Brady would have retired. Let's see if TB12 method was still gonna be out there helping Jimmy Garoppolo and the Patriots.
Well, didn't they disassociate themselves from each other?
Exactly.
So
because of Belichick. Belichick wanted to dissociate themselves with that.
Listen, he would have been perfectly fine, and then Jimmy G would have won a championship within 3 years. Within 3 years of being there, and everybody would have started forgetting about Tom Brady. But Tom Brady saw the writing on the wall. He pulled that snake shit, and he went behind his back, and he went to the owner, and he was like, "Yo, I'm a snitch, and I gotta go talk about it. This dude was fucking bitches in the locker, and he's gonna tell everybody about your little motel."
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah. You see the hate. You see the hate.
I respect greatness.
You see the hate.
I appreciate greatness.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I truly respect the greatness of Bill Belichick. I truly do.
Then
even though Bill Belichick's a cheater.
And then I love him. I love him a lot. But Joe Burrow, his first real run in the playoffs, and this is what we comparing to who Brady had to take out.
We're not comparing who we had to take out.
Oh, God.
We're just saying that, listen, anybody can do it. We just seen it done twice by 2 average quarterbacks.
Oh, shit.
But, folks, we have about a minute left into the MyT Sports Podcast. I want to thank you guys for listening. We'll be back right here on Wednesday. I'm not quite sure if we're going to have a Friday show or not. I can't remember. What's going on this Friday? I can't remember. Oh, wait, I'm going. No, is it this Friday? No, it's like 2 Fridays from now. We may be already off the air. Thank you guys for listening. Hey, yo, do me a favor. DJ MyT, play my outro so I can stop rambling.
Sorry, B. I tried.
This was fun.
Honest.
We should do this again in a couple of days.
Sure, why not?
The world couldn't keep me.
Pretty sure Tom Brady would do something else to piss me off.
No lag. No lag.
Hey, that's a 2K shirt.
It's
Gonna
funny
share my
that
talents
anything
with
Brady
Poppy
does,
Love.
I literally can just be like,
Yeah, you
but
guys-
he got 7 of them,
See,
so
cause-
shut up.
But you guys give him the benefit of the doubt for everything because, like, oh,
Benefit of the doubt.
oh,
Benefit of the
no,
doubt.
he, oh, because
Oh,
he
wait,
won this
wait.
ring.
Is it all you want is results? All you want is some type of consistency within an organization? It ain't my fault that one player brings the consistency.
It's not
stability.
one player. It was the organization brought the consistency, and they built him up to a point where he could have enough clout that when he left, people
still
will
gotta make the throws.
people will follow him.
He still gotta make the throws. That's all that matters.
No, he has to have, he gets elite level around him, so he has a bigger catch
Still gotta make
radius.
the throws. And the problem is he made the throws 7 times. 7 times.
Heard the casino got a fuck.
He made the throws like 4 of them times.
7
The other
times.
three of them times he had a great running game.
7 times. 7 times he made the throws.
Tired, B.
I love it. I credit you.
Sports.
I credit you. You are the reason why I've started to actually like Brady.
Oh, so what I was talking about earlier, when you run into people that go too far on one side, you have to keep them back and defend things that you don't want to defend. And next thing you know, you sound like you're an apologist of that scenario team or team.
I'm not an apologist because when I talk to anybody else about Brady, I can give 2 shits. But when it's you, when I know just because it hits nerves, I'm like, yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
his 7 rings means nothing to me. They're all tainted. They all mean nothing to me.
Yeah. You see the hate people?
No, like I said, I put other quarterbacks in his same scenario, and they do the same thing. It's all about opportunity sometimes.
Hey,
Right? He was in a great opportunity.
It's easier to say that, but everybody got to make the throws.
Listen, you gotta listen.
Everybody got to make the throws. Can't everybody make the throws?
Cam Newton couldn't make the throws, but
can't
Cam Newton ain't one of those people that we put
everybody
in
make
that
the
category. But we see that Matthew Stafford could make the throws. Matthew Stafford would have been a 7-time champion already.
Hey, everybody can't make the throws. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Shit, even my quarterback couldn't make all the throws.
Drew Brees would have had 5-6 rings. You understand that same scenario? You understand what we're talking about here? Chad Pennington would have gotten 2 in that shit.
With that boo boo ass shoulder.
That's why it's only 2.
With that
And that's
boo-boo
how
ass shoulder.
great Tom. That's how great Bill Belichick is. He would have gotten Chad Pennington 2 rings. I just sat here and told you Tom Brady got 3 rings because of his running game. They could have gotten Chad Pennington 2.
He would have had to make some throws.
He
And he
would-
couldn't make
he-
no throws with
But
that
he's the
boo-boo
most
shoulder.
he's the most accurate quarterback in history. He just couldn't go deep. He would have.
accurate.
What you talking about? Go look at Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in history. You tripping? This is all bonus material now too. You dripping?
He said Chad Pennington.
Hold on.
He's gonna pull up the numbers like I don't already know that Chad Pennington
Okay.
is up there.
Okay.
I know this, but you wanna justify when you're throwing little 2-yard crossing routes?
Well, isn't that what Tom Brady did for a couple of years? Threw little slants and let the athletes do their thing? That's tough. Like I said, Bill Belichick would have squeezed 2 championships out of Chad Pennington.
So in 2007 when they got Mars, Pennington was gonna throw 50 touchdowns?
Yeah. but maybe like 38. It would have been 38. But that's also the reason why he got guys that listen. You know who would have been great for Chad Pennington? Actually, you know what's funny? He actually had him too. Ocho Cinco. Guys that run slants and just do their thing afterwards. He would have had 30. He would have had 38.
I don't even think
Pennington
touched 25 touchdowns
Exactly.
in his career.
Exactly. And Tom Brady had never gotten that close to 55 touchdowns before then either.
But what has he done since then?
Since then.
But
Okay.
what he's done since then,
Because he learned how to do it.
more than 30 plus every year since.
Champ Pennington, listen, we only talking about 1 year. That's why we talking about Champ
He
Pennington.
just put 40 as a 44-year-old
Hey,
QB.
Did I put Champ Pennington in the category of Drew Brees and Peyton Manning and say that they would have gotten 6 rings with Bill Belichick? No. I said Bill Belichick would have squeezed 2 out of him. And yes, he would have gotten 38 touchdowns.
In 07?
Yes, 38.
In 07? Marshall in 1997? What is you talking about?
'Cause
That
Randy
one
Moss-
was dead by that point.
Listen, all you gotta do is get it to the talent.
Yeah, just get it to the talent.
Get it to the
Just
talent.
get it to the talent.
And then he wants to do the rest.
So when Randy's running with his hand up, downfield 40 yards because he's wide open, Pennington go hit him.
Well, he would have had to hit him at like the 25-yard mark. And have him do the rest. That safety would have been over the top. Ugh, they so dabs.
You gonna get Randy Moss, or he get him hit up.
No, I mean, he would have been good with a Keyshawn. Right, check, you know what I mean? Who else? He would have been good with a Brandon Marshall. He had all these guys for some reason. But he could have, I'm telling you, Bill Belichick could have squeezed. That's how great Bill Belichick is. That he can make anybody up over a long time
You
get a
can't have one
championship.
without the other. He
Exactly.
needed him. He needed him.
Well, no, he just needed the
Brady
right quarterback.
needed Bill. Bill needed Brady.
It's just like the Golden State Warriors didn't need Kevin Durant. They just needed better than Harrison Barnes. They didn't need Tom Brady. They just need, like, Mac Jones.
The greatest quarterback of all time.
They
That's
made
what
him
they
that.
needed.
And now he has the clout of that to make everybody follow him and do what he has to say because he, you know what I mean? But other than that,
You
he's
have
an
no-
average guy.
You have no clue. I literally want Brady to get 8 now. Just to see what you would have to say. I hope. Like
He
I
went
said-
back to his loaded team.
Like I said, I'm of course, I'm Steelers all day, and I'm not rooting for no Brady prosperity.
Yeah,
but,
hear this?
but if Tom Brady is in the Super Bowl again and win, oh, I can't wait for the pod the next day. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot. Oh, I'd be like, I was like, sir, the floor is yours. Cause please, how do you defend 8 of them? At 45? Especially if he go out there 45, another 40 touchdowns and the ring.
40, come on now, 45 is, listen, this is no longer 1973 where at 45 you're damn near 80 anymore. Okay, come on, stop it right now.
Oh,
We seen Shannon Sharp at 50. How old is he? Look at him.
oh.
Look like he can still play.
You see, he already trying to pull out some type of narrative to
Like,
defend
listen,
it.
Shannon Sharp could sit there.
But if he
if Shannon
get
Sharp
8,
was a quarterback,
but
he can
if-
still play quarterback to this
but
day.
if Brady get 8, you understand you cannot say anything,
Now you
right?
think about what?
You
All
can't
of his
say
New English shit,
nothing.
it still means nothing to
You
me.
can't say nothing.
And then he went to a loaded team
You
to go
can't
win.
say
No.
nothing.
You see?
But no.
Because
no,
Matthew
no,
Stafford has
no,
already
no,
defunct what
You
he
want to
has
know
done.
why you don't get away with that? Because if he go out there and fail, you're on his head. So if he goes out there and get it, love.
Listen, Matthew, you see how you say, oh, if he wins, Matthew Stafford winning already defunct everything that Tom Brady's ever done in his career.
But then the fact that
Everything. Because it shows that all you gotta do is that average quarterback we always think like, oh my God, I wonder what he would look like if he had the opportunity that, hey, Tom Brady had.
look at how hard that hate
Right?
sits.
The first time he gets that kind of opportunity that Tom Brady does, he wins. Listen, he just defunct all of Tom Brady's career.
Look at the
Opportunity.
hate. Look at the hate. Look at the hate.
What?
He's sick.
What hate?
He's sick. I want Brady to get 8 this year.
All right,
Go
I
Tampa.
still got Matthew Stafford in my back pocket. Matthew
Go
Stafford.
Tampa.
Matthew Stafford defunct everything Tom Brady has ever accomplished.
Yes. All 8 of those Super Bowls.
All of them. He defunct them. He showed you any average quarterback could go to a good situation and win.
Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Brady would have 8. The only individual in modern sports that would have more championships than him is Bill Russell. Actually, right now, the only person who has more rings than him is Bill Russell.
He's tied with Robert Horry, that's right. Shit. But no, Steve Kerr has how many rings? Steve Kerr has what, 9 now, right? No, I'm tripping. Don't forget about
You
Steve.
see, he had the reach. He got the reach for
Don't forget about
He
Steve.
got the reach for players and coaches.
Don't forget about Steve.
He got the reach for
Well,
players.
Bill
and
Russell was a
coaches.
player and a coach. Come on, man.
But at least he was playing while he was coaching. Let's go, Brady. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna need Stephen Curry to get like 6 more rings or some shit. I need him to be.
I want it so bad.
You are tripping.
So bad.
I can't. That's
I
disgusting.
want it so bad.
That's so disgusting.
Every negative word that you say about Tom Brady, I want it more
I'm
and
not
more.
saying
and more.
negative words. I'm saying positive words about Matthew
For
Stafford and
every
Bill
negative
Belichick.
word, for every word that's showing this person love, but in a way jabbing at Brady legacy, I want it more for.
Like I said, I want it more.
Because
Because you guys
I want
overinflate
it
him,
more.
I always have to bring it back to
I want
reality
it
for you guys.
more.
See, this is what we just talking
I
about.
want it more.
Tom Brady's one of those guys I have to do this with.
I want it more because when he get 8 and we come on this pod, I promise you that day I'm gonna clear my whole schedule. I'm like, oh no, I got to be here for this. I got to be here for this. How do you explain 8? Floor is yours. Floor is yours. I will not interrupt.
Matthew Stafford.
None of it.
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. And all you're gonna see is laughing emojis.
Matthew
Laughing
Stafford.
emojis. Laughing emojis. Like, look at this sore loser. This guy's got 8 of them, and he wants to credit one Detroit quarterback.
Exactly. The guy that was winning 3 games in 2 games in the season, he gets the same opportunity Tom Brady gets, and in his first season he wins.
Hey, the same Matthew Stafford that Brady will probably go through to get 8.
That's That's why I need Matthew Stafford to go through whoever. I need people to keep eliminating Tom Brady. But like I said, Tom Brady's gonna have another super team.
I'm telling you right now, do not let Brady go through Rodgers, Stafford.
He'll have another super team. See, and that's the thing that makes it tough is that he keeps building these super. After he left New England,
Rodgers.
he builds these super teams.
Rodgers, Stafford, 49ers.
49ers.
Because their team.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a stone, though.
Oh.
What?
49ers. But you was crediting Stafford. But remember when I was telling you he went through the 49ers, it was like, 49ers is.
I couldn't. He's still a stepping stone. I just said it. He's a stepping stone.
Just making sure.
Okay.
Making sure. Yeah.
That's just, going through them is just it's just for personal
If
reasons.
Brady go through 49ers, Rodgers, and then Stafford, and then takes out either Mahomes, Allen, or Bro. Oh God, I will be right here.
I mean, all the guys he have more experience than.
Hold on. You see the excuses. You see the excuses.
So he has more experience than, and he's on a super team. Like, see, I understand. Like Brady plays with a Trump deck the whole entire time. Even when he was in New England, he played with a Trump deck because his coach helped him cheat a lot of times too. But his coach is still responsible for his greatness.
Yes. For all 6 of them.
Mm-hmm. And then Matthew Stafford helped defunct the 7th. And will defunct
after he already won it.
And
after Brady
and he'll
won
defunct
it
everyone after that because it shows you any average quarterback could go to a super
and
team
get 8
and get 8 and go get the same opportunities
and get 8
the
Super Bowls.
first time that
And
you
get
get the
8
same kind of
Super Bowls.
opportunities that Tom Brady has gotten
And
his
get
whole
8
career,
Super Bowls.
then you win a ring.
And get 8 Super Bowls.
Has he been there 8 years yet?
8 Super Bowls.
He won his first year. His very first year, he got there. Isn't that what you guys are trying to give Tom Brady kudos for? Oh, he first year in Tampa Bay, he won after going to a loaded team.
But he had to get it done.
Okay, Matthew Stafford.
How many times have people been on loaded teams don't get it done?
How many times are people in the category of Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford that go to the kind of teams that they had? It never has happened before.
Who do you mean never happened before?
How
So
often?
Manny hasn't had loaded teams that he came up short with?
He won those teams and he won though. And he didn't have a super loaded team.
What?
He made Denver. Denver was barely winning before he got there.
You worried about Denver? I'm talking about them Indianapolis
He
teams.
built that. That was him.
Oh, he
His
built it.
great mind.
Oh, he built it. Now it's only Peyton. So fuck Tony Dungy.
Come
Fuck
on,
great coaching.
Tony
and
Dun-
the brother too.
Listen, man.
The brother. Ooh.
Listen, that's
Oh,
no.
no.
That's
Oh,
why.
no.
That's why you're over exaggerating it.
See, you're disqualified. So
That's why you're over-exaggerating.
Bill Belichick his love, but fuck Tony Dungy. You only represent for the brothers. You going out.
See, you're making this
Going
racial
out.
now.
You going out. You going out.
No,
You going out.
you're leaning on one side because
Going
one
out.
guy is
You
black.
going out.
I don't see color
You going out.
in this
Yeah,
instance.
you don't see color. You don't see color.
I don't see color in this
Ooh.
particular instance when we're talking about this category here.
Ooh.
Tony Dungy was a good coach. He was. I liked him.
Great coach.
He also helped build coaches too. But it was Peyton Manning's mind. We know this. It was Peyton Manning's mind.
So fuck what Tony Dungy did in Tampa before he got to Indianapolis, right?
It was. Come on now. We know this was Peyton Manning's mind. This was Peyton Manning in the offseason working on a timing with all of his guys.
Because this is why I do this.
Remember,
because we're not gonna do. We're not gonna give one player all the credit, or one coach all the credit for any type of success.
All these guys
That's not
started
happening.
following Peyton Manning's lead. After they saw what Peyton Manning was doing, they was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna start doing some of this."
And wait a minute. You said he wasn't loaded in Indianapolis. So what are Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison?
He helped made them.
What are Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison?
They're Hall of Fame.
What type
wide
of Hall
receivers.
of Famers?
First ballot.
Thank you.
Okay. You have to do that though.
Brady had one of them, and he only had them for 2 years.
You still like you said. You have to get those people.
Oh,
that ball.
my fault.
You have
Brady
to get,
had 2 of those because we're gonna count Gronk.
like you
as
said,
a
you
receiver.
have to get those people that ball, and you have to throw those balls, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, throw the ball.
You have to throw those balls. We've seen people like Matt Ryan have Hall of Fame.
And on top of that, you're not gonna say Peyton Manning made Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison. Those type of talents, those brothers would have been good anywhere.
But they wouldn't have been first ballot Hall of Famers.
It don't matter.
See, that's the level of being on a regular team and then now playing with Peyton Manning or having Peyton Manning as your quarterback. Peyton Manning helped them become from good to first ballot Hall of Famers.
And Brady turned guys that we never even talk about and actually considering them Julian Edelman until we found out he was taking PEDs.
Exactly. So that guy was on steroids the whole entire time. So he cheated the system and cheated the game. Everything he's done his whole entire career is a wash. He's been a cheater. like the whole entire squad is a bunch of cheaters. Actually, to be honest with you, if you want to be honest, with you, none of those championships that New England's ever won actually do count. But if I have to sit here and give anybody credit for it, it's the mastermind Bill Belichick because he orchestrated all of that shit.
Brady and Bill.
They all followed his lead, and then he helped build Tom Brady up as one of his captains, so he could start taking some of that off of his and having people follow him. He still built them. He built Tom Brady, and Tom Brady became a good follower.
Great follower. All time great. Actually, to be greatest of all time. Don't worry. You can't even deny it.
What? I haven't acknowledged it.
Greatest of all time.
I haven't acknowledged. I'm sorry.
Greatest coach of all time. Greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Yes, he is.
And greatest quarterback of all time.
I denounce that statement. I rebuke you. Don't play with me. You see what kind of shirt I got on today? Godfather. I rebuke you.
Greatest of all time. Yes, sir. 7.
Some holy water in this bitch.
8. You see? That's how much he can't deny the greatest. He has to pull out the holy water because you can't deny the facts.
I've already talked about those.
Oh no, it's all good. I swear, you better pray. You do. Oh, I'm telling you, do not let Brady get 8. Oh,
I don't pray.
If you thought I was insufferable before, when some of the things that you don't like happen. Oh man, Brady get this 8.
Why the fuck couldn't he retire, man?
Dog,
I just wanted him gone.
Brady get this 8. I promise. I'm here that Monday, that Wednesday, that Friday.
To talk about the loaded team that he won another championship on. That this I already got my narrative. that Matthew Stafford defunct by winning a championship?
Prepare that narrative right now, because it's still not gonna save you. It's not gonna save.
But it's my reality that I know that other people aren't willing to look at objectively.
It's not going to save.
See, I'm willing to look at his career objectively. I don't look at, oh my God, 7 championships.
No.
Oh my God.
Yes. Don't get it twisted.
I'm even looking objectively.
We can look at it objectively.
And that's what I do.
We can focus on the L's that he had in Missouri, the 10-year gap of no rings, the coming up short a couple times against Manning when he was in Denver and whatnot. Or we can even focus on just this past year. We can even focus on this past year when he went for basically 2.5, 3 quarters, he looked like dog shit against the Rams. Even though he woke up and damn near pulled off a great 24-point comeback in the fourth
I
quarter.
don't know how the fuck he always does that shit.
But
That defense is he be having, man. I swear.
But
They be saving his ass.
But I tell you,
It's the reason why
But I
Todd Bowles,
tell you,
that's when Todd Bowles
them
about to get another
7
job.
that he did get, and God forbid, God forbid it.
Like, even when he beat Atlanta, that was that defense.
Oh, it was the defense. It was the same defense that gave up the 28-3.
Then they stopped. They buckled down on Matthew Stafford. They locked in on him.
You see, you can't even get the quarterback right. So that
Sorry,
completely defunct your
Matt
argument
Ryan,
right
Matt
there.
Stafford. Cause we've been talking about Matt Stafford all day long.
That completely defuncts your argument right
Come
there.
on, man. You know how I
You can't even
know.
get the right quarterback.
You know I have
man.
no problem
Get outta
distinguishing
here,
Matt
man.
Ryan and Matthew
Get out
Stafford.
of here. Brady defense carried him. That's why Brady threw for 300 yards in the whole fourth quarter and overtime. Get
Well,
outta
he
here.
does have to put up points.
Get outta
He gets
here.
the ball to players,
Exactly.
and they do their athletic stuff after a 2-yard pass, and they do their thing.
You're acting as if the defense gave him the damn ball at, say, like the Falcons' 10-yard line. He got the ball, but all the way back there, still had to go the length of the field. He had to, like I told you, and this is why you can never deny anything. It don't matter where the defense do or not. You still have to go make the throws. You still gotta go and make the throws. And that's what the greatest of all time did. Yes, sir.
Because he wasn't up against a great defense anymore. Alright, people. We're officially out of here. You got a lot of bonus material. Hope you guys enjoyed that MyT Sports Podcast. We've been out of here. Things have been fun. It's always a good time to talk some sports. Holla. I'm a maniac. Oh, ho, ho. Let's cut that.